I changed to the thingy and I didn't put the thing. Okay. Hello. We're
What, did you mess up or
live.
something?
No, just a little bit, but it's okay. Hello. I'm sorry we
on
took so long.
The block, homie. We in the spot, G. We in the cut, as my homeboy
Me and my
Hi,
says.
oh my
associates live in a
gosh,
low-income housing
Nix.
environment known as the projects.
Real. Hi, Nix. Hi, Adam. Thanks so much for waiting.
Hello,
I'm so
dear
sorry.
viewers.
Thank you.
I'm not sorry, to be honest.
I'm okay. I'm glad that you're here, Nix, and I'm glad that you're here, Adam. Hooray!
And Nick's glad you came back. That's right as fuck.
Yeah, my work ran long today too, so.
Yeah, I literally just got home from work and I had to eat and shit, so. But we're here.
We ready.
We're here.
I should probably bring up the chat at least.
I got
That could be
like
helpful.
I got
perhaps.
like 2 monsters. It's gonna be epic.
Now I have to remember how to bring the chat all the way out, but there is a way. There it is.
I hope you guys are having a good night so far. Thanks
Pop
for
out
joining.
the chat.
Hearts all around.
Indeed.
Indeed, the hearts.
Yeah, are we just
Crazy
getting right into it or what? Are we gaming?
I mean, you drive. Oh, thank you for dragging your boyfriend into
Oh,
following me.
swag. That's awesome.
Nice.
That's epic. Also, I hope that we all sound a little bit better this stream. We got, oh my god, hell yeah, we got new mics. Thanks to Shane down there. Hi, boyfriend.
Hello, I am also the boyfriend on the other side
Wow.
of the equation.
Teehee. That's epic. Thank you guys. Alrighty, so let's
I'm
get back
I'm
into
I'm the sugar daddy microphone man.
Yes,
Hi,
yes,
how's
you
it
are.
going?
Alrighty, this is Battler.
My redeeming
Yeah, I
quality is
assume.
money.
Yeah. No,
Okay, I want
you're
to see if I
also
can do
very
his voice like. I want to see if I can do his voice like better. I wasn't liking something about it.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Uh,
The boat gave a big shudder. Seems we've docked at the harbor. The boat driver came out and jumped to the pier with the mooring rope. A large man in a tuxedo was waiting there for us with a warm smile. I didn't recognize his face, but judging by his clothes, I guessed he was a servant of the Ushinomiya head household.
Whoa, servant man. Or just
Sorry, I was drinking water.
would you let who's doing that?
I don't know. You can, I guess. I'm feeling a little lazy, low-key. Or not lazy, but like, I was screaming all day at work, so I don't know if I want to do a hella voices, you know what I'm saying?
Welcome home, milady. You were so late in returning that I began to worry.
thanks for carrying. This moron got so scared we had to slow down. It was seriously annoying.
Shut up! Someday when the shoe's on the other foot, you'll remember this. At this rate, word'll spread to the whole family and I'll be the big conversation piece during dinner. Even without this, everyone would be talking about me because of the 6-year gap. But now I've given them an even juicier topic. Damn it, why does the Ushinomiya head family have to live on this isolated island? In the meantime, the boat had finished its mooring. A small plank was lowered so that we could get down. One by one, our parents came up from inside the boat.
You must all be quite tired from your long trip. Madam, please allow me to assist you.
Thank you. It's been a while, Goda-san. How are you?
I thank you for your concern. It's always my pleasure to serve.
Battler-kun, isn't this your first time meeting Goda-san? If I'm not mistaken, you weren't working here 6 years ago, right?
Indeed.
Or no, is that him?
That's
Dude,
Goda.
oh god, we're already back in the
I'm still butlering.
You're right, I forgot. You gotta pay attention to fucking who opens their
Yeah.
mouth or closes their
Yeah.
mouth, because there's no actual animation.
I'm going to give no indication that I am speaking, so please allow me to greet him for the first time. Oh, God, see, it just popped up. I did this.
Yeah, see?
My brain. It is an honor to meet you, Battler Sama.
greet him for the first time?
Let me have a seat.
Okay, now is this Battler
Yes,
speaking?
it's Battler.
Okay. I'm pretty confident about my height, but you're huge. This is definitely our first meeting. I'd never forget meeting a big guy like you. It's a pleasure. I'm Battler.
I was looking forward to meeting you, not being body shamed, but I am Goda. It's Gibidabap, your servant, and I've been working for the Urishiromiya.
Yeah, you got it.
Ushiromiya.
Yeah.
Ushiromiya. Head family since the year before last. It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance. If there's anything you need, please feel free to rely on me at any time. Goda-san, it's been some time. It has been too long, George-sama. Please, allow me to assist you.
As usual, you're a pro at welcoming guests. If you ever need a job, just let me know, okay? I'd hire you anytime.
You do me much honor. Please, allow me to assist you, Hideyoshi-sama.
Goda-san then lent a hand to everyone as they disembarked, greeting them as they passed. His speech and mannerisms had the refined polish of a professional. He was very graceful, in contrast with his initially tough-looking appearance.
He looks like Jay Leno.
His large size made him seem a bit scary at first, but he was much more polite than my first impression had led me to believe. You know, for somebody who's supposed to have this kind of brash, a runtish persona, I feel like it's odd that he still speaks so
poshly.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
He's Butler, okay? I did Butler.
You did him great. You did him great, Shane. You're perfect. You're perfect.
What are you talking about? I'm talking about Battler.
Oh.
Because this is him speaking right now. I feel like he still speaks surprisingly proper, for his personality. So. I don't know.
Things to think about.
Yeah, you're supposed to be a commoner little...
Yeah?
Yeah, Bro should be speaking in brain rot, actually.
Yeah.
He claimed to have served on the island for 2 years, but he had doubtless worked at a similar job somewhere before. After everybody disembarked, the mooring rope was untied and the boat started to steer away from the harbor. It was probably returning to its home port on Nijima. The captain waved his hand in farewell. Maria conscientiously waved her hand back.
Bye, dude. Thanks so much for joining. Have a good night.
See you.
Now that I think about it, that must be why I felt something out of a place for a while now. I can't hear the cries of the seagulls.
Hold on, I have to turn Annie up a little bit. Okay. Seagulls? The birds? You know, the birds?
Birds. If I remember correctly, whenever we came to this island in the past, the seagulls' cries always greeted us with their lively cries. Because of that, whenever I hear the cries of seagulls anywhere else, I get the feeling that I'm coming to a family conference. Except for the small part of this island where those of the Ushiromiya head family live. Rokenjima has been left uncultivated, which apparently makes it a paradise for wild birds. Supposedly, there was a cliff somewhere that housed a huge seagull colony, so this island was always full of seagulls. Not having those seagulls here to greet us made me feel a bit lonely.
She's like, that kill all the birds.
What's wrong, Battler-kun?
Oh, Aunt Rosa. Nah, it's nothing really. I was just thinking it's a bit lonely without the cries of the seagulls.
My, that's true now that you mention it. Even though they're always so noisy, today there isn't one to be seen. Why no seagulls? Maybe it's because the seagulls are having a get-together somewhere too. Maria, did you want to see the seagulls? Wanted to see them.
Still, it's a bit strange there isn't even a single one around. Maybe Jessica grilled him and ate him.
The hell? Don't say disturbing stuff like that. Look at Maria believing it. Jessica-chan grilled him. Jessica-chan grilled him. I did not. Why the hell would I do something like that?
That's right, Jessica grilled him.
Oh my god.
Skin and meatballs, liver and onion.
Swimming meatballs, liver and onion.
As I made fun of Jessica, Maria tagged along, looking like she was having fun. Oh, I never guessed she was such a good sport. Alright then, from today on I'll make you my #1 follower.
Oh my god.
He's a Twitch streamer.
As I smiled at her, she beamed, looking overjoyed. Possibly because she was happy about this little connection we made with each other.
That's not it, Maria-chan. I've heard wild birds are attuned to changes in the weather and atmospheric pressure. The weather will probably get worse tonight. The seagulls might have returned to their nests early.
Not grilled? Jessica-chan didn't grill him? No! I wouldn't do something like that! Battler, you admit right now that you lied.
Paddler-kun, Maria-chan is a naive girl, so she takes even jokes seriously. You should choose your jokes more carefully.
George Aniki gently scolded me. Even though I outstripped Aniki in height, Aniki was Aniki, of course. There was no choice but to obediently apologize. Sure. My bad. Maria, that was a joke. The seagulls are all taking it easy in their nest today. That's all.
Battler lied? Jojo-ni-chan told the truth?
Had she actually been tricked, despite all that fun she was having? Her pure eyes made me feel guilty. Maybe I went a little bit overboard with her after all. Yeah, that's right. What George Aniki said is true. The weather's bad, so they probably went home for the day. It doesn't mean they're gone. Right, Aunt Rosa?
That's right. Tomorrow when the weather gets better, I'm sure they'll come back so we can hear them cry meow, meow, like they always do. I'll wait till the weather gets better and they come back. Gonna wait till tomorrow. Gonna wait until the weather's better.
Maria was in a lighter mood and was looking forward to tomorrow when the seagulls would come back and fill the skies.
And fill the skies.
Okay. Guys, perhaps there is narrative symbolism afoot.
Perhaps.
Still, George Aniki really was amazing at taking care of kids.
Name one time birds have been an omen in anything in media. You're stupid. That's never happened.
The crow.
The birds and the birds?
Never seen it.
Wow. Birdemic.
Birdemic.
I don't know what that... I speak English, sir.
You literally said name movies and I am.
Damn.
What?
What?
I don't even know. Shut up.
What are movies?
Shut up.
Yeah, okay, bro. Okay. I think I remember Aniki taking good care of me as well when I was a brat 6 years ago. Aniki, that's probably your gift.
George-kun is amazing at taking care... Oh wait, that's the wrong one. What am I doing? George-kun is amazing at taking care of young kids. If you wanted to, I bet you'd do great with a job in childcare, don't you think? Yeah, it's almost like George Nissan was born to do something like that. Personally, I think that'd suit you better than doing business in some company president's office.
Oh no, yeah, sure. You want me to make $38,000 a year and kill myself?
Yeah, I'd barely be above the fucking minimum class and then, like, just sit there for the rest of your life while you teach these ungrateful ass kids.
Damn.
Yeah, fuck that shit. Oh no, child care is a fine career path.
Ugh.
But it's not a job where merely liking children is enough.
You really are modest, George-kun. But Battler-kun is quite good with children too. Just a second ago, even though it didn't last long, Maria seemed to be having a lot of fun. Please keep on
Yeah, bro,
playing
these
with her
bitches
like
hate
you
me
did
because
just
I'm
now.
goofy.
Just choose your jokes more carefully, okay?
I just hate him because he's a visual novel protagonist, and at this point, I just hate all visual novel protagonists.
Damn!
That sucks.
They're
bro.
never good.
How could you say that about Battler? That's my guy, dude.
They are never good, and I will stand by my opinion.
Alright,
It's okay, bro. He's passing judgment now. We've got like a whole game to get
True.
through.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he'll actually pay attention and be like, "Oh wait, he's actually kind of cool." Because, like, I don't
He's
know,
written
a lot of VM pro tags are whack, but like normally games like this that are actually like really focused on trying to have a narrative, their MCs end up a lot better. IMO.
Dude, this game is like one of the, like it's ranked one of the best like written visual novels of all time.
Okay,
So-
I'll
I know we're glazing, bro. I'm sorry. But it's just I don't know. You gotta put some faith in the devs, bro.
The one dev that made this.
Yeah, singular
one
dev
guy.
actually. Okay, I didn't read this, did I?
Nope.
Aunt Rosa winked at me, giggling a little. She's a real mother, I thought to myself, who's happy to see Maria having fun.
Come on, Rosa. And you brats too. What the hell are you doing? Let's get going.
Okay, we're coming.
The old bastard was waving for us to hurry up. Yeah, we needed to get moving. We might as well have this conversation after setting our luggage down in our rooms.
Now then, everyone, allow me to lead you to the guest house, where you will be spending the night. Please, this way.
Goto-san called to everyone and led the way. Kumasawa-san brought up the rear.
She brought up the what?
The rear,
The
bro.
what?
Just grabs Battler's ass and
Carries him by his cheeks. A serpentine, twisting path led through a dim forest. It ran a bit uphill. Whoa, is that just the Discord stream doing that?
What?
Oh, nothing. The audio is super crazy for me for a second.
Is it okay now?
Yeah, it's good.
Okay.
I guess the path was made all twisty so the slope wouldn't seem too steep. But personally, I'd have been happier if they'd had the guts to make some stairs in a straight line. No doubt they made the path twist on purpose to put on airs of distance and importance. Before long, we saw garden-style stone steps. Ah, from here on, I do have some memories. Call up these, and at the top of the stone steps, we saw a beautiful guest house.
Wow.
Its facade was lovely, of course, but more importantly, we couldn't enter its doors without having our hearts stolen away by the splendor of the beautiful rose garden spreading before it. Ah, it's as beautiful as ever this year. A real delight for the eyes. After climbing the stone steps, the people greeted by this rose garden gave voice to their impressions one by one.
Is it just me, or are the flowers a little less lively this year? It's probably because it wasn't that hot this summer.
I also believe that was the factor. Sadly, this year's blooming is a tad inferior when compared to last year's.
Even so, it was a delightful rose garden. I remembered that even 6 years ago, huge numbers of roses had greeted us every year. This rose garden was the first thing that greeted the people who came to Rokujima. Even our parents, who came every year, couldn't help but give voice to their admiration. In fact, it seemed to have undergone a power-up from the garden in my memories of 6 years ago.
This place is always so amazing. It would be wonderful to have a rose garden like this at home.
Oh, so okay.
Yeah.
Stick us together. Okay. Give it up. Who do you think would take care of it? Roses are a real pain with bugs and diseases to worry about.
Well, from what I've heard, Kirine-san takes care of her rose. Takes care of her rose. Her rose? Takes care of her rose every day and makes sure no bugs get anywhere near it, right? What the fuck does that mean? What the?
Huh? What are you talking about?
That's right. Though in this person's case, the rose goes after the insects like some nasty carnivorous plant. I think they're talking about a euphemism.
Are you using subtext, you women? Oh, so that's what you mean. Come on, Rosa, can't you give me the rest? Give that a rest just for today. I've put that sort of thing completely behind me.
I wonder. After all, you're a womanizer on almost a genetic level. No need to worry, Rosa-san. When a rose gives you too much trouble, it's always best to snip it at the root.
Such frightening talk this is.
Guys who are popular with the ladies are always forced to live a little dangerously. I sure hope I turn out a bit pettier or a bit prettier in my next life.
You're already pretty, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Don't worry about it.
Hideyoshi-san, I like... Blah, 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 blah.
Oh my god.
Does he just motorboats him?
I can't
Like,
fucking
as
talk
I
right now.
did.
Hold on. Let me have a drink of water.
Hideyoshi-san.
I'm proving that I'm not a womanizer as we speak.
Here, just
Hideyoshi-san,
Hold on,
like I can...
I wanted to look at the new. Sorry, I wanted to look at the. Sorry. Okay.
No way,
I'm
dude.
sorry, go
Well, hold on,
ahead,
can
go
I
ahead.
say it one more time?
Okay.
No way, that
What
just
the-
happened. Holy fuck.
Oh my god.
What do they look
That's
like?
so funny.
Anyway.
This man built like a refrigerator in both fucking depictions. Dude. Jesus. Hideyoshi-san, like I keep saying, what the fuck? Hold on, okay. I can't speak. What is wrong with me? Okay.
Jesus.
Oh my god.
We're having an episode now. Okay.
Dude, you got it. You got it. Find your center, bro. Be in the moment. Be in the
It
scene.
works because you work it, you're worth it. It works because you work it, you're worth it. Okay.
Real.
Okay. Hideyoshi-san, like I keep saying, it isn't like that at all.
Yay!
Gary, stop you. Yeah, you're ruining it. Stop it. You're freaking me out.
Dude, you're so valid.
You've
dude.
made my rose wilt.
Damn.
See, now that is definitely a euphemism, bro.
Yep.
You've killed my boner. Hey, Maria-chan, look over here.
Soft.
These roses are especially magnificent.
Magnificent roses. Ugh.
Smells pretty sweet. Look, this suits my elegance perfectly.
Hey, cut it out. Maria's gonna imitate you and get hurt by the thorns.
She yelled at me as I leaned in to smell the rose's scent with an exaggerated gesture. I thought she was overreacting, but when I turned around, I saw Maria imitating my every gesture and George Aniki smiling broadly at us.
Hey now, Maria-chan, be careful. Those rose thorns can hurt.
Is she just fucking with us because we also have the fang?
Giorgio-chan, only this rose is strange.
Strange. What's wrong?
Maria pointed at a single rose. I immediately understood why she found it odd. In the midst of all these magnificent roses, one single rose was just starting to wilt.
Kill it.
There wasn't any particular reason. Some roses flourish, and others wilt. That's all there was to it, but Maria seemed very concerned about the only unhealthy one in the group. It must have made her feel lonely.
So you feel sad for this rose because it's the only one that isn't healthy?
The others are all healthy, but this one's sad.
Well, they all bloom and wither at their own paces. I'll bet this one's just starting to wilt early because it got to bloom before any of the others.
Yeah, that's right. It probably just bloomed like crazy, fulfilling its duty, and went to sleep. You shouldn't get so worked up about it. It seemed that Maria's pure, sensitive nature was making her feel some emotional pain for the rose that wilted alone. Even though she understood the logic of it, it still felt lonely to her.
Then, Maria-chan, why don't you look after this rose until we leave?
George Aniki straightened up and felt around in his pocket. He then took out the wrapper from the candy he had been sucking on the plane.
Hold on. Give me 2 seconds.
Also, like,
Okay.
I feel like this is pretty standard behavior for a child, isn't it? I've seen kids do shit like this all the time. Where they just, like, feel empathy toward random things. Because they're just, you know, kids are pure, right?
I guess so, but Maria's like 9. And she's acting like a kindergartner.
I guess that is true. She does not
Yeah.
look like she's 9.
Yeah.
There's this thing called mental illness, but it's okay
Teehee.
most of the time. Unless it's not, in which case it's not.
True.
He twisted it into a thin string, then gently tied it to the rose as a sort of marker.
Hey, that's pretty cute.
Oh, was that me?
Yeah, that's you.
Well, it's fucking this. I hate this text layout. Okay. Let's mark it with this. Later on, you can come and give it some water. I'm sure Mr. Rose will be happy.
Come to give it water.
I think you should give Mr. Rose here a name. I'm sure that'll make it happy, and you'll get to know it a little better.
A name? Name.
Though she still wore her usual sullen face, Maria crossed her arms and began to consider this intently. At the very least, she appeared to have been completely pulled out of her slump. Nice going, Aniki.
George Nissan has always been really understanding. I can't help but respect him.
Yeah. I guess he was just born that way. We've got to start picking up tips.
Was this garden just as magnificent when you all were kids?
It was only after I stopped living here that it grew so big. Before that, the garden was simpler, though I'm still attached to that one. Nissan fiddled with it too much, and, well, with that vaguely bagged taste of his, bleh, I liked it much better before.
Ava, you've got to think positive. Setting aside how it used to look, its beauty now is something to be admired. You'll be able to relax a lot better if you look at it that way.
I didn't mean it like that. I was just saying that I wanted you to see this garden the way it was before, too.
Everyone, if you please. I shall guide you to your rooms now.
Okay, so what I'm noticing is that I'm assuming that how all of these characters are talking about this stuff basically is we're supposed to equate this to how they feel or interpret death.
Wow.
At least that's what it's giving.
Damn.
You know?
Bro's looking deep.
I mean, it seems like the subtext is there, you know, because like it all centers around like the event of like the one wilting rose within like the tons of beautiful ones, right?
That's deep.
And it did start off with the death of the dude.
Because they're all saying like distinctly different things, you know, about like
The way it was before.
Yeah.
Right.
How it's like
you know,
different.
yeah, right. Like, you know, whether we should like, you know, fight to like preserve something like that, or you know, like the idea of like bringing back when things were better, even though, you know, it's in the past and it's already kind of gone, right?
Wow.
Let us see.
Goda-san called to everyone to ask if we were ready, but our hearts had been completely stolen away by the rose garden that none of us had seen for a year, so we didn't pay much attention to it.
Damn.
Since we weren't a travel group, it wasn't like we had a strict schedule to follow. Besides, since our parents were visiting their old home full of nostalgia, it wasn't like they had to let themselves be urged on by anyone or anything. Understanding the situation, Koda-san continued to wait, smiling widely, until our parents got tired of the roses and told him to guide us to our rooms.
Wow.
Oh, hey! If it isn't Cannon-kun. It's been so long. How are you doing?
Uncle Hideyoshi suddenly shouted. Oh, I should have been shouting way harder. Who is this, bro?
I shall voice him.
Oh, okay.
He's younger.
Let's go.
Flex on a
Boy, child, boy, child.
Boy, child.
Little boy man.
Introducing
Boy, child.
Introducing
boy, child,
boy.
child, boy.
Little P.
Little boy.
His name is Cannon because he's fruity.
Okay.
Probably.
He's actually straight, but
Damn it.
probably bi.
Wow. In the direction he was waving was a slender boy. Meeting him right after a huge man like Goda probably emphasized his small stature. The boy was in the middle of transporting piled-up gardening tools and the like in a wheelbarrow. When he realized he was being called to stop, he set down the wheelbarrow, took his hat off, and bowed his head.
Good afternoon.
I figured he was probably younger than me. And I realized by the general atmosphere surrounding him that he was another servant. He greeted us in response to Uncle Hideyoshi's call, but he seemed like he might be pretty unsocial most of the time. It was a greeting that lacked feeling. When Goda-san noticed that our interest had shifted towards him, he went to the boy's side and introduced him to us.
Battler-sama, allow me to introduce you. This is one of the servants of the Ushiromiya. Ushiromiya? Did I say it correctly? Okay.
You got it.
Head household. Kanon-san, greet our guests.
I'm pleased to meet you. I am the servant, Cannon. Blah.
Yep, my first impression wasn't wrong. He seemed to be unsociable, or at least not so good at talking. Compared to Goda-san, who was extraordinarily polished as a servant. He couldn't help but feel an inexperience typical of his age. When Goda-san urged him in a whisper to give a bit more of an introduction, the boy named Cannon can only cast his eyes downward.
Kanon-san, can you perhaps give them a little bit more of a greeting?
No, because we are furniture.
He didn't seem to be refusing to greet us out of spite. Rather, he seemed to have fallen silent because he didn't know what else to say to us in greeting.
Hey, Eddie, can you turn up your gain a little bit on your mic? You're quiet.
Okay, dude.
Oh my
I'm sorry. I think I just had. Yeah, that's why I had it down.
Okay.
I'm gonna be picking up the cars now, I think.
It's 1820. Bring it closer to your mouth. You want it to be about a hand width from your nose.
Yeah, you want it to be a hand.
Yeah, like about here.
And then you can just bat down the gain just a tiny notch. And you should be good.
Mic stuff.
Thanks for the ghosting. Is that good?
Yeah.
Is that better? Am I more audible?
Yeah, you're more audible.
Yes. You,
Is
you
it-
sound
Okay.
farmer now.
Good
Yeah.
enough? We don't need to do anything else?
Now. No, we're good.
Yeah, fucking chill,
Okay.
dude. God damn it.
What do you mean?
You're
bro?
hot.
I was just making sure it's good.
It's good.
Okay, cool. Where were we? Okay. Yeah, oh no, I read that. Do you want me to read it again?
No, it's okay.
Well, Kaneku's shy and doesn't tend to talk much. He might not be that sociable, but deep down he's a really good person. Don't get him wrong. You've been working here for 3 years, haven't you? Pretty sure you started a year before Goda-san, right?
Even though he wasn't exactly giving a terrible first impression, Jessica hurriedly backed him up. I see. Apparently his unsociable nature causes him trouble a lot. Okay then, nice to meet you. I'm Battler. I'm 18. How old are you?
My guess 14.
No, he's like 11. He fell silent, as though wondering whether or not it was a question he'd have to answer. But here again, Jessica plowed ahead.
If I remember correctly, Cannon's 2 years younger than us, so 16, right?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay. It looked like he would have preferred not to tell us his age if given the choice.
Are you a Fed kid, huh?
Hey, he's a fed, bro.
He's a fed.
Least obvious fed, guys.
Chat, is this real? He's wearing Oakleys and cargo shorts.
Dude, I don't know if making fun of XQC is still trendy now. Is it?
I think it is.
I do it.
Yeah? Alright, valid. I remember that when I was around his age, I hated being asked how old I was by adults. I see. 16, huh? It's gotta be a delicate time. Which means I probably asked something I shouldn't have. I'm glad you're about our age. Just be cool and call me Battler. And I'll call you Cannon.
Thank you very much. But the sentiment alone is sufficient, Battler-sama.
Jessica looked panicky for some reason. She seemed to think my impression of Cannon was getting worse because of his refusal. Well, as a girl, Jessica probably couldn't understand the fretful male heart at this age. As his elder, even by just 2 years, I took it upon myself to be understanding of that. Dude, some of this dialogue feels really awkward. Am I tripping?
Oh, it's a little bit, but it might be just a translation thing.
Maybe.
Kanan-san, could you perhaps be a little more courteous? A smiling face is also part of a servant's duty.
My apologies. I shall make an effort.
Koro-san, Kanan-kun is trying his best, yes?
It looked like he was often warned about being unsociable, and apparently he hadn't improved one bit. Goto-san kept his business smile, but let a small sigh of resignation escape. Yeah, I am fucking falling asleep over here. Jesus Christ.
Well then, I still have work to do. If you'll excuse me.
It looked like Cannon himself was uncomfortable with remaining silent here any longer. After another perfunctory blow, he turned around and started pushing the wheelbarrow again.
Oh. No!
Just then, the wheelbarrow suddenly wobbled and fell, scattering below.
L, little bitch.
Guys, L beta chat, L beta male. W Sigmas would not do this, chat, okay?
Beta male probably doesn't let people fuck his wife.
He's 16!
His 16-year-old wife.
Yeah.
They're playing house.
They're in economics class together.
They have to carry the sack of flour.
Is that happening when kids play house nowadays? You think people are getting cuckolded?
Maybe, dude.
No, I don't know. I did.
Are kids that fucked up yet?
I did the baby project in 8th grade. And all I remember was the girl who I did it with, she hated it. No, she hated me, so she did it like all by herself.
Damn!
And I was like, cool.
You were an absent father!
Hey, not by choice. She wouldn't let me in the kid's life. The way it always goes. There is no other outcome to that situation, surely.
Fucking
Give
cat
me
in the
back the
cradling
kids.
a fucking egg. Catch in the cradle or silver spoon.
She wants my child support payments, bro.
Man taken away from egg.
My egg! Okay, so he spilled the wheelbarrow.
Yeah, he just fucking.
Wow. I guess the wheelbarrow
single wheel. What?
Yeah, it's one of those like
caught on a pebble.
Yeah.
I'm looking up Japanese wheelbarrows real quick here because that's some bullshit. What are they? Fucking skateboard wheels.
No, because I bet it's like one of the old big dumpy ones where it's got like the one wheel and you have to push it up off the ground.
Yeah, I was thinking more like that too.
But pebbles don't. If you got good tires on them, pebbles most of them do. Japanese wheelbarrow. All the Japanese wheelbarrows had the good tire. Bullshit.
The illusion is broken because of this one wheelbarrow.
Hey, maybe he just sucks, dude. Maybe he's really bad.
Maybe the author never worked a day in their life.
Wow, scathing criticism.
Wow.
Oh yeah, it's my character.
Yep.
What do you think you're doing now? Now clean it up quickly.
Goto-san urged him to hurry in a quiet voice, as though hinting that it was shameful for a servant to appear clumsy in front of guests. Canon-kun wordlessly reloaded the wheelbarrow with the fallen objects, as if to say that he understood quite well without being told. He seemed to be fine with the light-looking gardening tools, shovels and such, but he looked like he was having trouble getting his arms around and lifting up some sacks of fertilizer.
Are you okay? You're so careless. Here.
Milady, you'll dirty your garments. Please, leave this to us.
With a smooth motion, Goda-san took the shovel that Jessica had picked up. Behind him, Canon-kun was having trouble with the sacks of fertilizer.
Sorry. You'll dirty your garments?
Don't worry, the ones I'm wearing aren't that expensive. Besides, I hate guys who just sit there and make the waitress pick up the fork they dropped at a restaurant. I lifted up the other bags that had fallen. Of course, they weren't light, but for me it was a piece of cake.
Piece of cake.
Canon-kun looked at me, surprised. It was the face of someone who never would have expected to receive help from a guest.
Battler-sama, don't worry about it. I will take care of everything, so...
Don't you worry. I may not look it, but I've got it where it counts. Since Canon-kun looked like he hadn't gone... Like he hadn't gone yet. Oh my god, dude.
Hello?
I can't read, bro.
It's okay.
You and I are both having just like brain aneurysms today.
Yeah, this is like a rare sight, me being the best reader in the room.
Chat, is this W woman?
W woman.
Chat.
L men.
W woman. Since Canon-kun looked like he hadn't yet gone through his growth spurt, he was stuck with a sort of weak body. This kind of weight might have been too much for him.
He's on HRT. Oh.
Oh my god, oh my god.
It's quite heavy. It's natural if that would be difficult for you. Don't worry about it, Canon-kun.
Okay, my time to shine. This makes up for the boat stuff from before, right?
As if this could make up for freaking out like that. I almost said leaking. Damn.
Oh my god.
Leaking.
Later,
What'd they
I'll tell
do
you
to
about
him
it
while
too,
he was asleep?
Canon-kun.
Battler was totally hilarious.
Gonna fall.
Damn, they're clowning on him.
As they did this, I piled all the stuff back into the wheelbarrow.
I beg your forgiveness for letting you witness such unsightliness.
Come now. That's quite enough. Please go.
Letting the guests who were supposed to feel welcome see such a disgraceful thing must have been hideously embarrassing for a servant. Pressed by Goda to hurry up and go, Canon-kun left.
You're too harsh on him, Goda-san. Shouldn't you have helped him instead of being a bully?
That was wrong of me. I deeply implore your forgiveness.
Damn, bro switches up the flow like that.
Yeah.
A true servant. The second they say he didn't do good, he's like, "You're right. I'm sorry.
I'm so sorry. I'm totally not gonna beat him later.
I do not have my own opinions in front of you. I'm sorry."
I forgot. My bad, man.
Nah, I'm not saying he wasn't being a dick, but I just thought that was funny.
Canon-kun has a ton of things he's good at, too. It's just that being young works against him all the time. It's a crying shame.
Well, it's prickly age. Let's just leave him be. After all, closed-mouth servants are the best kind. Isn't that right, Kumasawa-san?
Rudolph-sama, you truly are harsh. There's no servant as silent as me, of course.
Everyone smiled wryly at that obvious lie. Even she herself didn't believe that, not in her wildest dreams. So she must have said it to lighten the mood.
Fucking glove hands.
Yeah, that's the kind of character Kumasawa Bachan used to be. The once stiff atmosphere had cleared up at once thanks to her cheerful smile.
I'd like to sit down our luggage soon. Goda-san, what rooms are we all going to take?
It shall be the same as the previous year. Allow me to guide you. Please, this way.
We headed towards a trim, elegantly simple guest house. This was gonna be our temporary quarters for the night. Cannon watched over a hedge as the guests all entered the guest house. Then, he let his eyes fall on those heavy sacks of fertilizer piled up in the wheelbarrow. In his mind, he kept going over his previous mistake.
I guess we're in third-person perspective now.
Oh, wait, am I narrating
Yeah,
for the
you.
third
I guess you're third-person
Oh.
perspective.
Oh, wait,
Yeah,
no, is it?
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is, I guess.
Yeah.
What did I do for my narration?
Just
last
standard
time? I can't
narrator
remember.
voice.
Badler, big and strong, had picked up the sacks in front of him. The sacks Cannon couldn't lift himself, as if they were feathers. It would be extremely difficult for an outside observer to guess what emotions that favor had stirred up in Cannon. But as far as you could tell by watching him hang his head, there was something that he just couldn't let go of.
Oh my god, he's like, I felt somebody cared about me for the first time.
Muttered
my
words
God.
escaped his lips. But those words he murmured were so soft that they didn't reach even his own ears.
Even I.
Cannon hung his head, slightly biting his lower lip. Oh, fuck you.
Want to suck off, Battler.
Alright, bro. That's weird. Why would you say that? Bro, I'm honestly trying to see some people start dying. Like,
Well, we should read faster.
bro, why would you say that? The cinematic timing is so important. What's wrong with you, bro?
So real. So well. I mean,
But the performance, bro.
performance.
Oh, I do it for the art.
I do it for the art.
Oh,
What do you think I'm? Because I can't get a regular, commercial voice acting job or something in privacy. No, I'm here because I love the art. No, it's not because I'm a failure.
Oh my god. Alright, guys, let's get back to the visual now.
Wow.
Alright.
Hashtag too real? Hashtag too real in the chat? Too real to feel? I remember the rose garden, but I don't remember this guest house at all. Was it built recently? Torayan.
Yeah, yep.
Okay. Torayan was written on a gatepost-like thing, but since everyone had called it the guest house, I followed their lead. The brand new Western-style guest house, which stood overlooking the roses, had a magnificent design, carefully done in harmony with the garden.
Correct. It was built the year before last. Ever since then, they've had a sleepover here.
This place is more fun than that junky old mansion you knew. Wish my room was over here. Ugh,
Guys.
want a room here too? Ah!
Oh, it's my turn. I'm Red Bulling now.
Let's go.
I want one.
Don't give her Red Bull, please.
That'd be funny as fuck.
Red Bull gives you wings.
Oh, God.
Now she's a pink monster girly.
Pink monster. That's the e-girl one, isn't it?
I think so.
Give the child energy drinks and Fent.
Yes.
I want to hear her going ooh at 10 times speed. Whoa, whoa.
No, I think it's just
Monkey.
one. It's just
Monkey. I guess you could say my own house was upper class, but to me it felt completely ordinary compared to the Head family. The display of wealth was shocking, as was the fact that they'd build this kind of awesome guest house for guests who came over. Dude, I can't
Guess who
fucking- I'm
came
getting so
over
mad.
and over
I'm
again.
I'm getting so mad. I'm getting so mad.
see how I
They
feel.
came and
I'm
they came.
illiterate for some reason.
I have to lock in. I'm trying so hard. Holy fuck.
Guess
I'm
who
washed.
what?
I'm washed, bro. They came over only a few times a year, bro. Don't you understand? Performance! Ah!
Art! Art!
Feel the art!
Eva-sama, Hideyoshi-sama, please do make use of this room. Rudolph-sama, Kirie-sama, please take this room here.
I really do love how beautiful and elegant this place is. Western-style architecture truly is wonderful.
I can handle Western design for a few days, but any longer than that, and then you need the good old Japanese look. Japanese people just relax best on tatami mats.
They've been fighting over whether to make our new house Japanese style or Western style. Mom still holds a grudge about Dad having the construction started with the Japanese layout, and they bicker all the time about it.
I'm really jealous, Georgini-san. Your parents get along well, don't they? Mine are so frosty. Then again, they're always in sync when it comes to my grades.
All the rooms seemed to be for 2 people. I was grateful, since I wasn't going to be forced to share the same room with the old bastard under the pretext that we were family. And anyway, I figured those 2 wouldn't be able to enjoy themselves with someone like me around.
Bye, Adam. We'll see you when you're done with your essay. Get that shit
Later,
done.
bruh.
Yeah, you go.
He said I gotta lock in for real.
Let's go. What's with that creepy smile? You're thinking about something dirty, aren't you?
Something dirty? Of course not. Please enjoy your stay.
Bonk!
Ow, ow, ow! That hurts, you old bastard!
Oh, ears.
Once again, Dad pulled my ears from behind.
Cut the crap. I'm getting a stomachache and I'm not in the mood for this. You're the guest of honor this time around, so play as nice as possible with Dad and Anarchy and the rest. At the very least, be careful of what you say in front of Dad. Got it? Because wisecracks don't go too well with him. Jessica-chan, what's the head's mood been like lately?
Same as last year, I guess. Considering they say he's got 3 months left to live, he's as lively, grumpy, and irritable as ever. Meaning, this year he's in his usual bad mood. And as usual, the only one who's been able to look after him is Genji-san. It seems the master will open his heart to no one else. Lately, us small people have not even been granted an audience with him. He shut himself up in his study again, probably doing nothing but that weird black magic of his. What he does for a hobby is his own damn business, but when he starts stinking up the house, it really gets on my nerves.
I'm sorry, he does magic?
I wish he'd never come out of that study again.
He's a wizard.
He's literally Voldemort.
You shouldn't talk like that about the elderly. Hi, I'm here from customer service. We're all indebted to him since he rebuilt the... Fuck!
Dude, it's the hardest thing to say ever, to be honest.
Ushiromiya.
Yeah!
Since he rebuilt the
Dude, it's okay, you got through it the one time, you got it.
I can't say it
yourself.
casually. I just want to say it casually.
You got it. You just gotta believe. You just gotta believe.
Since he rebuilt the... Fuck!
You have to become casual. Lean back in your chair, bro.
Become casual.
Embrace it.
The Ushiromiya
Yeah.
family. Since he rebuilt the Ushiromiya family.
Yeah.
The Ushiromiya.
Ushiromiya.
Okay.
You got it.
I hate it. Since he rebuilt the Ushiromiya family, we should be more grateful.
Well, sorry.
After being rebuked by George Aniki, Jessica had no choice but to take back her thoughtless remark. The Ushinomiya family was wealthy beyond belief, but of course that meant all its members were a bit strange, and completely out of touch with the world at large. And at the top of the chain, the family head, our grandfather, seemed suspicious.
Sorry.
Goodbye.
Sorry. I was clicking back in the window.
Goodbye to my line. I'll miss you.
Sorry.
Dad said he was getting a stomachache earlier, and I imagine that reflected the honest feelings of all the adults here today. No doubt they were jealous of us grandchildren who could just play around and laugh without a care. From the stories Dad told me, the family head was a violent man who ruled with his fists, beating his children, even his daughters, mercilessly with a wooden sword.
Jesus.
If he was so strict and uptight about that, why wouldn't he have been a little more conservative with his kids' names? Because of that, even us grandkids have had to suffer. Anyway, I can't say I have any trouble believing those terrifying stories about him. I don't remember meeting him very often, but I think I recall him looking extremely grumpy all the time. Always making people cower with that sharp gaze of his. I remember that the room's atmosphere got so tense whenever he was around, you couldn't even breathe. What my dad said about me being the guest of honor now carries a little more oomph for me. 6 years ago, I was in elementary school, but I'm a high schooler now. If I act up, things could get serious. Ooh, scary.
He does look frightening, but he's not so terrifying that you need to tense up like that. Nothing of what he says is truly unreasonable. He may be clumsy at talking, but he's a very logical person.
But George Nissan, you've been the family darling since forever because of your awesome grades, right? Grandfather treats us all completely different. I've even gotten slapped with a wooden sword. My ass! My ass! On my maidenly innocent ass!
Why do they do this, bro? Why do they... Jesus.
Well, you are the heiress of the head family, Jessica-chan. Grandfather is giving you special... Why?
Guys,
Why?
it's been a long day today.
Special attention. You've got to realize that his strictness reflects his high hopes for you.
Oh, come on. Seriously, I could just turn the succession over to you, George Nissan. It's a bit of a heavy burden for me to carry.
I think I already said it before, but Jessica's the girl heir to the head family. We're only cousins in branch families, so she probably feels a totally different sort of pressure than we do.
Jessica and Nate-chan, is that heavy? If I help hold it, will it get lighter? Thanks. It's okay. I'm not gonna push it on you, Maria. I'm gonna bear this cross into my grave. Don't worry.
She was grateful for Maria's innocent concern, but Jessica's face still seemed to contain some of the uneasiness she felt towards the future. Maybe we were in the same boat. Any high schooler with exams approaching would have trouble hiding their anxiety for the future.
Maria, come here. You and I will be in this room.
Featherkun, I heard you're gonna be with me in this room here.
Boys' room!
Boys' room. No girls allowed.
Time to walk out with our dicks out.
Okay.
Time to
Time to helicopter and dock.
have a
There-
only beer fridge. Beer and Totino's pizza rolls.
Time to play porn on the TV. Right. That's what.
Time to play 2K forever. 2K is the only video game.
Yeah, what are we gonna play? We're gonna play weird, sissy games that are not sports related? No. Maybe FIFA.
Maybe FIFA.
Maybe FIFA. I like FIFA because I like KSI.
Yes.
Oh, now there's a
love
surprise. It's bigger than our parents' rooms. Dang.
Well, I figured we cousins would all want to hang out together, so I told them to get a bigger room ready. I like it here more too. I'd rather be here than with Mama.
Oh, you like it better here too, Maria? Okay, this room is George's and mine, but we'll give you a special permission to come in. Gotta keep it a secret from your mom, okay?
It's a secret.
And Rosa was right behind us, but Maria still answered, striking the air with her fists clenched tight. After setting down their luggage in their rooms, our parents had gathered again in the corridor.
Hey, what are you brats planning to do? You cousins gonna stay here in Jad? I believe that is narration.
It is.
I know. I need more drink. I'm drinking so much drink, you don't understand.
Okay.
I'm gonna hit that Nick.
Wow.
Valid. Wow. Aren't we such good stream partners, babe?
You're great. love
Aren't
you
these-
guys.
I feel like, do we represent the brand? The
I'm
Artsy the
just
Stickin'
here
brand?
for jokes. That's all I do.
That's why you're the little scrunkly guy.
Yeah.
It seemed they were heading to the mansion to announce their arrival. Normally, they would make us follow them and greet everyone together. Dad would have just told us to come, and that'd be the end of it. He's saying it's okay if we don't come? So what do we do?
Well, it's gonna be lunchtime before long anyway. Better let the kids unwind here. Besides, if worse comes to worse, this might be their last chance to play outdoors.
I'll go too. Maria, you house sit for Mama, okay? Behave yourself and wait here.
Since Maria was being told to house sit here, we certainly couldn't leave her on her own. George Aniki noticed that immediately and gave a clear reply for all of us cousins.
Well then, well then,
Whoopity, whoopity.
we'll accept your offer and house it. We've got lots of stories to tell each other after being away for a year.
That sounds wonderful. And Battle-kun has 6 years worth of stories to tell, doesn't he?
Yeah. I'll take care of the house like a good boy.
Kumasawa-san, I'm gonna stay here too. We'll break rank and leave the rest of the adults. Perhaps that would be best. I'll report it to Madam.
Then allow me to guide you all to the mansion. This way, please.
The other children are one thing, but George is getting to be an adult. Wouldn't it be better if he came with us?
If we make him come, then poor George will be the only one out of place. Interacting with his cousins is also important. Okay, see y'all later.
The adults left one after the other. They left in the same formation as our trip from the harbor, with Goda-san leading and Kumasawa-san taking up the rear. As we gathered in the room assigned to us cousins, George Aniki asked us to excuse him for a second. He rushed over to Kumasawa-san, who was following behind the disappearing adults, and seemed to ask her something. He soon finished his business and came back. What's up, Aniki?
Nothing. Just wanted to ask her something.
Tell me too! Tell me too! Hmm? What could George Nisan be asking Kumasawa-san and not me, I wonder? I don't have a clue.
No, it's a misunderstanding. Not that I know what you're misunderstanding.
Aniki was getting pretty tongue-tied. It was almost as though he felt guilty about something, and Jessica knew exactly what he was worried about. At any rate, it's no fun if Jessica gets to know about it and not me. Hey, Maria, it looks like we're the only two out of the loop, right? Don't you want to know what they're talking about?
We want to know too! We want to know too!
I fooled around while oohing together with Maria.
We gotta do it, you gotta do it.
I'm sorry, I'm not gonna do that.
Vibe killer.
Yeah, whatever, bro.
Oh, okay.
Yes, George.
I have wait for the mouth. No mouth indicator.
No mouth!
No, I'm telling you, it's no big deal.
Liar. I'm surprised you tell such a terrible lie, Aniki. Confess. Maria, you tickle his right side, I'll tickle his left.
I've got his right side, Belly's got his left!
Oh my god.
Wait a second. Wait, you two. Stop.
Wow, sparkle. Maria and I played around, chasing George Aniki as he tried to escape, rolling on the bed. I realize high schoolers aren't supposed to bounce around like kittens, but I still miss this kind of fun. A warm, cozy kind of fun.
George Nisan, what were you asking Kumasawa-san? Hmm?
So I put my head through a
Well,
light bulb.
I've got
by
a good
accident.
guess. Oh.
What is going on, dude?
It's been a year since the last time you visited the Head family. Who knows what servants might have come and gone during that time. Either way, it looks like he'd like to go and say hi. Huh? Say hi, I want to say hi too.
Dude, I might have to go refill my cup in a sec.
That's okay. We could take a water break.
I mean, I don't even want. Yeah, I'm just saying, like, I'm getting to the end of it.
I mean, I need to fill mine up too. That's why.
Oh. Okay, do we do water break right now?
I mean, we can. It's like a couple minute water break.
Water break, water break,
All right,
water break.
water break. We'll be right back.
It's only been an hour. We're cooked.
Water break.
Back.
I was gonna ask you, can you add me to the BRB screen and I'm just poking you both with a stick?
That'd be epic.
I like that.
Just do a tiny little gremlin, just poke.
Book, book, wake up! Wake the fuck up!
Okay, so
What the hell?
the second line is the second line is him, right?
Yes.
Okay. What the hell? That's nothing to feel guilty about, Aniki. I'm not buying it. Maria, don't be fooled. Aniki's still hiding something. More torture. Ah! And then they all
Stop it! Seriously!
They attack him with Battler as the leader of their Sigma Wolf Pack.
Stop already! Jesus Christ.
Skibbity bibbity skibbity. See what I'm saying, bro? It's not that easy. Shannon. Ah. Yeah, I remember a girl with that name. Is she still a servant? How's she doing? They're like, we fed her to the dogs.
Fade to black ominously. House.
She's haunting this very house.
House.
By the way, Natsuhine-san, how's your headache been lately? It seemed pretty serious before.
Oh, babe, your mic.
Why no?
Hey, no, it's okay. They didn't hear you fuck up.
No.
You won, actually, when you think about it.
I didn't win. I didn't win because I said that last line and they didn't hear it. I lost.
Okay.
I lost
It's
today.
okay.
Anyway, I
It's
said
okay.
just imagine it in my voice. I gotta click back to the game. Here, a present for you, Natsuhine-san. Thank you very much. I'm always receiving gifts from you.
I don't
Is
remember the
this
bitch on the
black
left. Who
tea?
is she?
She's new. She
Oh,
just
She's
okay.
being introduced
Yeah.
currently.
It's herb tea with peppermint and lemon balm. It's a blend from a well-known store, and it's supposed to be good for headaches. I thought it might help you too.
Oh, this is regular narrator again.
Rosa was always a conscientious woman, probably because she was the youngest of four and had much younger than the other, probably because she was the youngest of four and much younger than the other three. She managed to grow up without gaining the venomous nature from her siblings. Her kind words got Natsuhi to soften her expression for just a moment. But it wasn't enough to melt her stony gaze, hardened as it was by long years of mental stress.
Come to think of it, you're always complaining about those headaches. Pull yourself together. Jessica-chan has her exams this year, right? That's going to be a turning point in her life. Will she really be able to rely on you as a mother if you're like that? Besides, Natsuhine-san, you're 3 years younger than me. You should get your act together.
Hey,
I
man.
apologize. I've had a tendency for headaches all my life.
Oh, yep.
Yeah.
Even under normal circumstances, Ava sometimes failed to choose her words carefully. But her comments aimed at Natsui contained shards of obvious malice, though she did it with a smile.
That doesn't look like she's hiding shit, bro.
Of course, that fact didn't escape Natsuhi. Natsuhi?
Yeah.
Am I saying Natsuhi?
Yeah, Natsuhi.
Okay. Sometimes Japanese names, man. I just
Dude, they're hard, bro, to be honest. We're all
She
gentrified.
frantically contained her
What?
urge to grimace and pretend to ignore Ava.
Our battler Kun will have his exams this year too. Rudolph-san, shouldn't you be a little concerned as well? For the sake of your own son, you better get serious to the point of having headaches like Natsuhine-san.
If I say anything, he automatically rebels. So what should I say? Should I say the opposite? That it's okay for him to mess around? It's probably the only way I could get him to listen to me. Hideyoshi-Nisan, George did really well on his exams, right? Please, you gotta teach me how to trick. Teach me how to trick. Please teach me. You gotta
Teach me,
teach
children.
me how to trick. Teach me, children.
Well, it's probably because I got him to understand why he should study. Study isn't worth anything on its own. That's right, the real point of studying is to practice researching stuff on your own whenever you bump into something you don't know. If you can't do that, you can't be useful to society. I'm not talking about math or writing. You gotta learn how to learn.
That's splendid. I wish our Jessica could understand that as well. If she is to be the heiress of the Ushinomiya family, then at this rate, do you really have to force her into becoming the successor? After all, a woman has to find a woman's happiness. Parents shouldn't force such things on their children, don't you think?
Hold your horses, Ava. Each family has its own way of raising their kids. You shouldn't be pushy.
I'm sorry. Natsuhine-san, don't take it the wrong way. Awkward.
Though the light shining in through the window was quite warm, despite the cloudy weather, there was a dark mood about the room, which was probably causing headaches for more than just Natsu. As if to sweep away that mood, Kyrie? Kyrie. Fuck you. Kyrie brightly made a suggestion.
No, dude, I
Made a
think he
suggestion
Kyrie
to
on
all
purpose because we were trolling.
present. Fucking God. Oh,
Still, this black tea has a really lovely aroma.
There's a
Let's drink it
brain
right away.
virus.
In Japan, surely you couldn't find something like Leopold's black tea anywhere but Ginza, right? I see you know a lot about it, Kyrie-san. I guess it was worth going to the trouble of buying it.
Kyrie and Rosa stood up from their seats and made as if to prepare the black tea. But Natsuhi forestalled them.
I hate that. Made as if to prepare.
Yeah.
I thank you
Christ.
both, but we can try that later. One of our people will soon be coming to bring some tea, so please relax.
Leave it for later, you two. Let's enjoy our welcome drink. Rudolph gave a subtle signal with his eyes for them to sit down again. Kyrie and Rosa understood instantly and obediently returned to their seats.
Damn, bro's just the master.
I suppose. The initial greeting of the guests was complete, so it was time for them to be served some tea. It was embarrassing for the host that the tea was late, especially now that the guests were talking about making tea themselves. Natsuhi bit her lower lip, frustrated by the ineptitude of the servants who were late bringing the tea. Seeing her face, Ava immediately started to giggle. Of course, Shannon had no way of knowing what was taking place in the parlor. She came pushing a serving cart piled with teacups.
Oh,
For no apparent reason, Natsuhi gave her a pained look. And Shannon couldn't help but flinch without knowing what she was. Oh, why can't I talk, dude?
you got it, bro.
I hate this.
You got it, bro. Excuse me. Your tea is ready.
Oh, Shannon-chan, it's been a while. You keep getting prettier every time I see you.
Oh, thanks. Save the chatting for after you've set the table. The tea will get cold.
He was chatting with her, bish.
I apologize, madam.
She apologized like a small, frightened animal, bumped against the serving cart, and made a jarring racket as she dropped several teaspoons. Her clumsiness made Natsuhi's expression turn even darker, which made Shannon quail even more.
Come on, Natsuhine-san. There's nothing wrong with her exchanging a few words in greeting. The tea must be plenty cold already, considering how long we've been kept waiting. I can't laugh today. There's no need to worry. It's not cold yet. Shannon finished setting the table quickly. I'm sorry, madam.
Natsuhi's irritation was obvious by now. The ineptitude that delayed the tea, the clumsiness of the servant, everything pointed to the incompetence of Natsuhi's everyday leadership, making her lose face.
Oh my god, guys, she's a girl fail.
As the person in charge of the Ushiromiya head family's kitchen, allowing the clumsiness to be exposed today of all days was surely nothing less than total humiliation. Lay off, Natsuhine-san. Don't you think it's a little harsh to bully Shannon-chan when she's trying her best?
I'm not bullying anyone. What a nice aroma. May I ask what brand this is? I'm terribly sorry. I'll find out for you later.
Kyrie was trying to be nice, hoping to cut through the tense mood. However, Shannon had embarrassed herself instead, darkening Natsuhi's face and the room's mood. By this point, Ava was audibly giggling.
What's this? Shannon-chan, don't you even know what you're pouring us? Come now, you mustn't serve something so suspicious to guests. We'll need a silver spoon at the very least where we can drink this. I'm sorry. I'll go get one immediately. Shannon-chan, do you know what silver spoons are used for? They have to be silver. Do you know why? No,
A teasing smile rose to Ava's face as she stared at Channing Tatum. Channing Tatum, setting the table. By itself, Ava's expression was sweet in an impish sort of way. However, the words being spun upon her lips held the keenness of a razor within them. Shannon tried with all her might to avoid Ava's continuing gaze. Realizing that Shannon was hard-pressed for an answer, Rosa gave some timely help.
They say that if silver is touched by poison, it darkens. Guess you've learned something today, Shannon-chan.
They were acting as though this tea needed to be tested for poison before it could be drunk. In Natsuhi's eyes, this was an insult both to the tea and to herself for serving it. Rudolph laughed flippantly and patted Ava's shoulder. Silver cutlery wouldn't do any good for you, Anna-Cake. Just one lick of your poisonous tongue, and even a silver plate would turn pitch black.
Since I get to hear that poison tongue every day.
Oh, wait, no, he's laughing. Why did he show up on screen?
What?
Isn't it the other guy?
No, it's you.
No, it is. There's your wife.
Oh,
bitch.
is he saying like the same thing back? Dude.
Yeah, he's talking shit on his own wife. Yes.
Dude, this is too confusing. My brain is too small. I need little boy visual novels that are modernized and tell me exactly who's speaking because their lips go ba ma 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 ma.
I need a label. I need a box. I need a.
Yeah.
I must be brig brained then.
Oh my god.
Brig brained.
I must be poison proof myself by now. Ava, I don't mind when you use it on me, but you better hold back when taking to people who haven't built up a resistance.
My, how cruel. All I did was teach Shannon-chan a bit about tea, didn't I?
You're a bully, bro.
Everyone followed the lead set by Hideyoshi's horse laugh and chuckled, though not evil. Didn't pitch a horse. Only Natsuhi didn't join in, but for the time being, the conversation inside the parlor could now be mistaken for a lively and friendly chat. As Shannon finally finished setting the tea table and tried to leave, Kyrie apologized to her in a low voice for not being able to help. Shannon gave a light bow and made a hasty retreat. Shannon cast her eyes downwards as she pushed the cart down the corridor. Anyone seeing the pitiful way she looked might have easily concluded that she'd been bullied in some way.
Don't be sad. You didn't do anything wrong, Nei-san.
You were watching.
That is my role. Madam and
Are they
Ava-san-
twins?
Oh, they're siblings, not twins. I don't think. One's older. Shannon's older.
You totally copy-pasted the face shape, though.
Yeah. Madam and Ava-sama can go to hell. But the worst coward is that guy.
Kennen glared hatefully in the opposite direction of the parlor. The preparations for the tea had been delayed by some trifling problems in the kitchen. These problems were not Shannon's fault. In fact, it had been Goda's mistake. After all, there was no way a show-off like Goda would give up a flashy job like bringing tea in when the guests arrived. He had ended up wasting time preparing the tea once again. So when he realized he wouldn't be able to score any points for this job, he pushed the task of setting the table on Shannon, who happened to be passing by. You might call it a clever move on his part, but there could be no doubt that this was a cowardly one.
It's okay, Kennen-kun. Thanks. I'm not bothered by it at all.
Kennen's silence vividly expressed the distance between Shannon's words and how she actually felt.
Thank you. Even if you're the only one who understands, I feel a bit better.
You keep your feelings too bottled up, Nei-san. You should be less hard on yourself for once.
Yeah. Thanks.
Suddenly, they both felt someone's presence and whirled around. Oh, did I do this one?
No, Annie did.
Or is that... Okay. Oh, this
Oh,
was it.
God.
It's Genji.
Servant.
Oh God, what was his voice, dude?
Old
he's
ma- old servant.
he's another butler, right?
Yeah, old
Yeah.
guy.
Alright, cool. But like rectangle. Thank you.
A middle-aged man stood there. It was Genji, the head servant.
What are you doing here? Shannon, hurry back to the kitchen.
Yes, if you'll excuse me.
Shannon humbly obeyed and promptly made to push the cart and leave. However, Kennen appealed to Genji in silence, bearing something in his eyes that he could not express in words.
What is it? Did something happen?
Shannon didn't do anything wrong. But even so, they...
Stop it, Kennen-kun. Please excuse me. I'll return to work immediately. Kennen-kun, you should go back to your post too. Please.
If you say so, Nei-san.
If that is all, then go.
Yes. If you'll excuse me.
From the shadows in the hallway, an old woman wearing an apron watched over them. It was Kumasawa.
Poor Shannon-san. Kennen-san. There's no reason for those two to be picked on. Still, Goda-san's dislike for them is an undeniable fact. Until Goda-san was taken in by the Ushiromiya head family, I hear he worked for a fabulous hotel somewhere. The manner of work he learned there was quite impressive, I believe. It's just that Goda-san is the newest servant here. He must have a lot of pride accumulated from his previous positions. Because Shannon-san and Kennen-kun are his seniors here at the mansion, and yet are inexperienced and have gone through much less than life than he has, he picks on them at every chance he gets. And also, sad as it may be, they are disliked by Madame Natsuyu too. Of course, if we're talking about experience, the Madam has been in this family much longer. And yet, this is one point where I cannot help but sympathize with the Madam as well. Truly, Master is a man with many sins on his conscience. Why didn't he realize that such a trifling whim of his will give the Madam such an inferiority complex? Of course, on the inside, even the Madam is fully aware that those two don't deserve to be treated so harshly. However, the heart has reasons that reason knows not. I feel so sorry for them. I can't do anything but watch over them from the shadows. She becomes a ghost.
Oh! It's broken.
Oh shit.
Time move.
Who was the maiden or the fucking whatever that she was
Madam?
referring to?
Nazi.
The madam?
Nazi.
Oh, that's what she specifically means. Okay.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
madam. And
Yeah,
the
because they
master.
just don't like people from the outside.
I think she just doesn't like them because they're kind of incompetent in her eyes.
The four of us cousins were enjoying our stories, just shooting the breeze. Anyway, there were both girls and guys here. Plus, we had people over a wide spread of ages, adult, high school, and elementary school. Even if we just talked about our own lives, the other three kept listening attentively. I think I'm finally getting used to all this. Jessica and Maria have grown more than I could have imagined in the past 6 years. To be honest, I was feeling a bit uncomfortable, but talking like this, I guess that on the inside, nothing's really changed since back then.
I agree. You haven't changed a bit even after 6 years. Even though your body's gotten gigantic, you're still a kid inside.
He's gonna say something about her boobs.
I'm a kid too! I'm a kid too!
Well, even you aren't gonna be a kid forever, are you, Maria? I mean, you're gonna transform from a kid into a cute young lady, aren't you? How wouldn't that happen? No, dude, I knew it! I knew it! I knew it! I knew it!
God
can't-
damn
You
it.
can't speak it into existence. You manifested that.
No, I think that this game was actually made in 2007,
right,
so I don't think that's
yeah.
possible. Dude, I knew he was gonna say something about her chest. I knew it.
God damn it.
Oh God.
Dude, come
Listen,
on. Dude,
listen. It's
are we
literally
sure
only,
that this game
it's
should be on Twitch?
It's literally only for the first half. It's literally only
I'm
for the
having
first
a
half.
cheese it, bro.
Literally-
I'm
Half of the
stressed.
game is this?
Okay, well, no, I mean, like, the first half, I mean, like, the first, the first part before shit hits the fan.
So shit hitting the fan is everyone's boobs go away.
Yep,
I'm down with that.
me too. I want that to happen. Free top
No,
surgery?
Maria-chan. Hold on, why did I even cheese it? God damn, I got my water.
Just, wow.
Oh, why did I?
Alrighty! We're gonna... It never happened. It never happened. Okay, now we're back to normal. That didn't happen. That...
As I thought, without Battler-kun and our little quartet, this group of cousins just didn't feel complete. These 6 years have been kind of lonely,
Oh God,
and
where did Annie go?
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Okay.
There we go.
I was entertaining the masses.
By singing if Enter
Yeah,
the Gladiators.
yeah.
Whoa.
That's true. We really didn't goof off like this. Still, we did have some pretty constructive conversations, right? Stuff about preparing for our future, exam taking, finding jobs.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Now that I'm here, we just talk about stupid stuff and mess around.
But I'm having more fun this year. Ooh, ooh.
That's true. I agree. This year's the most fun yet.
Maria's sincere words probably spoke for everyone present. George Aniki stroked Maria's head, and she giggled like a happy kitten.
How does a kitten giggle?
I don't know. You're just supposed to know.
Yum, 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 yum. Oh, who's that?
Pardon me.
Oh,
your meal is ready.
that's Shannon.
That's awesome.
Your meal is
Oh.
ready.
A timid knocking sound and the equally timid voice of a young woman came through the door. I think it would be way funnier if Shannon sounded like that.
Hello, my name is Shannon. Me, Shannon, bring tea.
Oh,
Me,
Jesus.
Shannon, me maid.
Shannon, come in. You're a battler, right?
Jessica stood up from the bed and opened the door. There stood a servant girl who must have been about our age.
It's been quite some time since we last met, Battler-sama. It's nice to see you after 6 years. It's me, Shannon.
Hello, Shannon.
It's me, Shannon.
Trembling a little as she noticed me, she bowed deeply. Ah, Jessica had me surprised, but look at you, Shannon-chan. You've turned into a total beauty too, haven't you?
I swear to God, don't
Dude,
you shut up! You shut your mouth!
dude, please, no more.
You are too kind.
Dude, no, I know it's coming. I know it's coming.
Yeah!
I knew it, dude. I knew it. Guys, he likes boobs. Did you know that the main character likes boobs?
What a fucking juvenile being a tit man, bro. What an actual child. What an actual unrefined Neanderthal being
Damn.
a titty man, bro.
Hey, I like
What are you,
titties.
14?
I like
Lit-
titties.
Listen, titties are cool, but everything else is where the action is.
Listen, but
All right.
titties combined with everything is great.
Yeah, no, it's like and then you go up and then back down and then even a little bit of you
Uh-huh.
got it. But it's not the main focus.
You
is
go,
my
you go
point,
back down,
all
you go
right?
up, you go back down, you go around, you go over. Anyway, he's literally talking. Oh,
Yeah,
Jesus.
bro's relaying.
Oh my
his
God!
groping, bro's relaying his groping tactics.
He's been measuring their what?
Okay, he's being killed now.
What
Did
is
he really?
happening?
Standard early 2000s visual novel. That's what's happening.
That's right, chat. This one's for certified
He's
weirdos
thanking her.
only.
He's thanking her.
Why the hell are you thanking me?
Jesus.
Dude,
Oh my god!
it's hypnotic, bro.
The hypnotic chest.
What the fuck? A girl's chest
Why
is
is he
an air
so
defense
An
identification.
air defense identification range. Babe, can you confirm?
That's
do you have
true.
do you have anti-air capabilities?
You show
Yeah.
up on radar.
Okay, she's furniture. No!
Wow.
Poor Maria. She's
And
fucking-
I'm sorry,
These are
babe. This is
all-
you said this is your
Dude,
goat.
she's into
That's
it.
crazy.
She's into it. Anyway,
This is your goat.
okay, let's go, George.
Slap
Oh my
him.
God.
Wow. Okay.
Guys, this is a pretty good segment.
All
I
right.
think.
These are like
all
all
right. Okay, we're
minors,
good now. We're
right?
good now. No,
Like-
No, actually,
most
they're
of
all
them are
they're like
adults.
all yeah.
Like Shannon, Battler, Jessica, and George are all over 18.
Okay, all the convenient ones are 18. Gotcha.
Pretty much, yeah. Conveniently, for the purpose of the narrative, they have just blossomed.
Alrighty, we're back to normal now, I think.
I love an anime you turn 18 and then you hit like double puberty. Like,
Yeah. Double puberty is actually crazy. Puberty DLC.
yeah, puberty DLC, you're fuckable now.
6 years ago, you might have been mistaken for a servant's daughter who lent a hand at your parents' work, but now you're a full-fledged adult servant. Like, okay. How long have you been working here?
Well, I've had the pleasure of serving this household for about 10 years.
That's slavery.
But she's becoming a higher-ranking slave, so she should be happy.
Yeah. She is furniture, as she said.
Yeah. The kanji for her name are read as Shannon. Now here's another name that's far from typical for a Japanese person. Back in the day, I was a kid myself, so I accepted her name without paying it much attention. Thinking about it now, though, her name's pretty unusual, even though she's not a member of the Ushinomiya family. Maybe it's like a servant's professional name or something. If so, that might explain why her name's so similar to Kanhu-kun, that kid I met earlier in the Rose Garden. She's a longtime servant who served here since she was 6 years old. Wow, child servants.
Hooray!
Guys, our MCs, our characters here,
They're not
I'm
meant to
fucking
be
with
liked.
this.
They're not meant to be liked, man.
I'll be the judge of that.
Depends on how based they get.
Exactly. Is this the CEO of the base department?
Nah, you guys couldn't handle the boob touching. But you draw the line at slaves.
Listen, I can handle it perfectly fine, but I am just worried about Twitch. This is an
It's
unpredictable
fine.
platform.
It's fine. Nothing's being shown. Nothing's too descript. We're just talking about boobs.
Guys, we should do a hot tub stream. Thoughts?
All right. Thoughts?
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 Wait, isn't there a hot tub at the Airbnb?
Let's fucking
Yo.
go. Anyway.
Yo.
Anyway.
Her appearance had changed so much that I couldn't match her to the person of my memories, but we both knew each other 6 years ago. That shy part of her had always been there, but she did seem to have developed the allure you'd expect of a girl her age.
Okay, okay.
Oh my
Especially in her breasts.
Yes.
I am Battler. I like breasts. I need you to know, audience, I like breasts.
Woo!
God. Yeah, we met earlier. Kennen-kun is her little brother.
He's not exactly my little brother. Still, he loves me like a big sister. He didn't cause you any trouble, did he? Oh, I thought they were actually siblings. JK, well.
Oh.
No, they can't be real siblings because they need to be ship fodder too.
Good God. He's the same as always. If only he were just a bit more sociable. I apologize if he's caused you any trouble.
Nah, he didn't cause any trouble at all. As a fellow man, I understand how moody you can get at that age. It's no surprise he's unsociable.
I get caught that all the time too. I
Wow.
get called unsociable, just like Cannon.
Friendship.
You weren't unsociable at all, Maria-sama. Oh, wanted to be like him.
You said the meal was ready, right?
Yes. I'm sorry. Your meal has been fully prepared, so please allow me to guide you all to the mansion.
Shannon bowed again formally and returned to her duty mode.
Duty.
We realized that if we made her stick around for any more light conversation,
Mm.
it would actually make it harder for her to do her job. We got up off our butts to avoid interfering with her work any further.
Oh God, there's thunder.
So,
happening.
shall we go to the mansion?
Holy fuck.
Everyone's probably hungry, right?
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to Goda-san's food. That guy was apparently a chef at this famous hotel, so he's super good at cooking.
Oh, I can't wait! Let's go, Maria! We're gonna stuff ourselves like pigs.
Stuff ourselves like pigs!
No, you can't take everything Battler-kun says seriously, okay? Because he's always joking around. Okay, let's go.
Under Shannon Chan's guidance, we headed towards the mansion.
Mansion, roses, guard, match.
Met once again by the magnificent rose garden, we continued onward as the intimidating mansion of the Ushinomiya head family came into view. It had apparently been built shortly after the war, so you could feel the dignity of almost half a century hanging about it. The building was gorgeous on the surface, but old as it was, equipment such as its AC and heating were apparently quite frail. According to Jessica, midwinter was especially tough with all the drafts. Have these people ever heard of a kotatsu?
Real. Ooh. Doors open.
As we entered the entrance hall, an aged servant greeted us.
Old.
Oh, my tummy, I burped. I'm sorry.
You got-
Now him I remembered. Genji-san, who had been working here longer than anyone, filled the role of head servant.
Battler-sama, it has been quite some time since we last met.
As our eyes met, he greeted me with a calm, composed voice. His bow wasn't as graceful or refined as Goda's. But despite its simplicity, it communicated his feelings very well.
Oh, Bree, can I see him in the new art style?
Okay.
I want to see how big his forehead is in the other one. Oh my god.
Rectangle man.
Jesus Christ, he's a
See,
refrigerator.
Also, it's not like usually like in VNs now they draw the backgrounds like from hand or like 3D. But this one is like actually the first one I've seen that
Yeah,
like utilizes like real pictures but puts like a smudgy.
Put the
Yeah, I was
the
gonna say-
BlackBerry fucking cartoon filter over it. Yeah.
No,
I mean,
I
I
will
like
say,
it.
like, the shitty, like, almost hand-drawn looking style is, like, it fits in a little bit better than, like, the new style, because it's sort of giving imposed JPEG
Yeah.
kind of energy.
Yeah.
Genji-san, it really has been a while. You look well.
Thank you. I have been quite well. And Battler-sama, you have become a splendid young man. You're beginning to resemble the master in his youth.
I look like grandfather? Guess that means grandfather was pretty popular with the ladies when he was young.
From here on, I shall take Shannon's place and accompany you. Please, come this way.
Shannon bowed deeply and watched us leave. After that, we headed towards the dining room under Genji-san's guidance. Genji-san, just like Kumasawa-san, stood in stark contrast to us young people who had grown beyond recognition over the last 6 years. His appearance was exactly the same as in my memory from 6 years ago. It was as though time had stopped since the last time we met. Genji-san was an extremely quiet and diligent person. He was basically grandfather's close aide or caregiver. And you might even call him grandfather's companion of many years. In fact, it seems he was by grandfather's side even more often than my late grandmother was. According to Jessica, grandfather trusted him more than any of his blood relatives. But I wonder how long he served. I never got the details, but I heard something about him being there since the very beginning when this mansion was first ever constructed. Which would mean that he's dedicated half of his life to serving here. It's easy to see why he's so trusted. As we passed through a massive hall that extended up into the second story of the mansion with no separating floor, I spotted something that hadn't existed in my memory of 6 years ago. Oh my god, what is it?
Yes.
What the fuck?
There's my bitch right there. That's my bitch.
That's a painting, actually.
That's my bitch.
That's a painting. It was an awfully big portrait hanging right in front of the stairs that rose to the second floor. Without thinking, I stopped walking, captivated by it. Since I'd stopped so fast, Maria, who was following behind me, ran into my back. Sorry. Hey, Jessica. Has that picture always been there? I pointed at the big, predominantly displayed portrait in the hall. Everyone else stopped, too.
Oh, right. When you last came here, that hadn't been hung yet, had it? When was it again?
Well, if my memory doesn't fail me, it was put on display sometime around the year before last.
You are correct, sir. In April of the year before the last, the master put it on display there, having previously ordered a painter to create it.
Grandfather did that? So he paid to have it painted just for him, huh? The portrait suited this western mansion, and that woman in the elegant dress gave off a sense of refinement. I couldn't have guessed her age, but her sharp eyes and the strong will she seemed to possess made her look youthful. She seemed somehow different from the composed, middle-aged women you often see in famous pictures. If she had normal black hair, I might have assumed it was a portrait of my long-deceased grandmother in her prime. However, she had beautiful blonde hair and didn't look Japanese at all. So, just who is this lady?
Oh. So... Oh, wait, no, just kidding, that was you. Fuck, I thought that was Maria's shit.
Yeah.
Anyway, I know. She's Beatrice.
What?
Sorry, Beatrice, I guess.
Beatrice, pronounced the way that it is, she's a witch.
No, yeah, I think that's a Japaneseism.
Oh,
I think
see,
is that
I see.
because they'd be like Beatrice, right?
Beatrice, yeah.
Beatrice. She's a witch. Didn't you ever hear stories about her long ago?
That's bad.
I know, dude. I know. I'm sorry, my nose. A witch? You mean the witch of this island? I think I already said this, but Rokenjima is a small island, only 10 kilometers in circumference. However, that's actually pretty massive, considering that only the Ushinomiya family lives here. Dude, is it smaller or is it massive? Like... So only the harbor and the area around the mansion was set up to be lived in. Beyond that, the island remained as untouched as when it was uninhabited. The vast and empty forest had absolutely no lights, phones, or people passing through. To understand how dangerous that is, you need to forget your common sense as a city dweller. After all, if you happen to fall down a hole in the depths of the forest and sprain your ankle, no one would come save you, no matter how much you cried or screamed. Then once the sun went down, the forest would be wrapped in complete darkness, since there were no streetlights. And since there were no signs, it'd be easy to get lost and confused, losing your sense of direction inside that dark forest. Nowadays, most people see a forest as a peaceful place. But to the people of bygone eras, before the light of civilization drove out the night, forests were as geographically separated from civilization as the sea. They were oceans above the ground. Fishermen who go out into the ocean are putting their lives at risk despite their technical knowledge. In the same way, hunters who go out to the forest are in danger, despite having specialized knowledge of their own. If children were to go play in such a dangerous forest, something terrible might happen. Someone's parents must have thought so. Maybe grandmother first said it, or maybe it was grandfather himself. But perhaps the story's been passed down on this island since ancient times. There's a terrible witch in the forest, so you must not go in. At some point, this ghost story of Rokenjima was born. This is the legend of Rokenjima's witch. That's why when we talk about a witch on this island, we're referring to the master of that vast and savage forest. Come to think of it, when I stayed at this mansion as a little kid during those eerie nights when the wind and rain pounded at the windows, I remember being terrified by a story of the forest witch who roamed around searching for human sacrifices. So, Beatrice, huh? When Aniki mentioned it, I searched my memory and was sure I recalled her hearing a name like that when I was little. I see. Still, I totally forgot that the witch in that legend had an elegant name like Beatrice. So, did grandfather go out of his way to have a portrait made just because we grandchildren didn't believe the story?
She's the witch from grandfather's delusions. Ever since he had this picture hanged, he's been having a harder and harder time telling the difference between truth and fantasy.
What flip?
To us, she's just a witch that exists in grandfather's mind. But to him, she's a being that exists on this island. Exists. He says he had that painting made because the rest of us would be incapable of understanding otherwise. The whole thing's creepy as hell.
Milady, this portrait is precious to the master. I beg of you, do not say such things in front of him.
I know. Even if you didn't tell me, I'd never do something like that.
Jessica glanced at the portrait with an irritated gaze before turning away.
Let's go. We're making everyone wait in the dining room.
I'm hungry!
Only a small portion of this island was controlled by the UMINEKO family. I said portrait because the picture of the portrait was on the screen. All of the lawless remainder was the domain of the witch, Beatrice. You might even call her the true ruler of Rokenjima. I felt a faint revival of that unsettling sense of misfortune, which I'd felt when I learned of the what? I don't. What is it? Dude, we're learning a new word today, guys. I don't remember this word. Tutelary. What's the word? What does it mean? Serving as a protector, guardian, or patron.
Wait. What it seems to me that grandfather has been playing a certain other less appropriate visual novel. Don't she look familiar to you?
What?
Don't
That's
she?
Hilarious.
Oh.
You know.
Okay, well,
She looks like.
It's really funny because she acts exactly like her too. So.
Oh, huge Nemu moment. Based Nemu. That's crazy.
I saw the bangs and the eyes and the lips. I was like,
girl from
I know this vision.
the visual novel called Euphoria.
Trust me, the people, they know Euphoria. All right? If they know me, they know Euphoria. Trust me, the people know this one.
The people.
My people know this one.
Anyway,
I'm sorry.
it's true. She does. I agree. I thought the same thing.
I kept staring at her like I've seen this bitch before.
Nix, do not look it up. Nix, do not look it up. Don't. Unless you like that
Or
sort
do.
of thing. Or else
Listen,
can
if
handle
you
it.
can handle gross, sensitive content, but you like peak fiction, it could be for you.
True. Anyway, please let's continue.
And I remembered that Kumasawa-san tried to tell an ominous story about Rokenjima before Jessica stalked her. I don't know what she was planning to tell us about this island, but I do know one thing. It isn't the Ushinomiya family that rules Rokenjima. It's the witch, Beatrice. That's right. After all, this is the witch's island. So bro's just
You're slow.
he believes in all the hoaxes. He's a big believer.
Who?
Superstitious. Battler, bro.
Not really, but
Bro's talking about it like he believes it.
let's keep reading.
But I'm confused. I'm trying to talk about the game too. Damn.
I mean, like he's just aware of her.
Okay, I guess.
Yes, Euphoria by Clock Up.
What other? Oh, you know what? To be fair, there's more than one now. There's also that TV show with Zendaya in it.
Mm-hmm.
When I looked around, everyone was already heading towards the dining room. And I hurriedly chased after them. We walked up to the huge double doors that led to the dining room. Genji-san knocked.
I've brought the children. Please pardon the intrusion.
The doors were open and we were invited inside.
PowerPoint transition.
Yeah.
The dining room, which looked exactly like you'd imagine a rich person's dining room to be, had a super long table that was obviously positioned with no purpose other than to make the guests conscious of their rank. Our parents were already sitting in accordance with that ordering.
You're late, brats. Hurry up and take a seat.
The old bastard pressed us to sit. The only gaps in that group of people were the spots where we were supposed to sit, which only made us feel our tardiness all the more. The seat at the head of the table, called the incipient's chair, was for the most highly ranked, reserved for grandfather. It was still empty. He probably wanted to show up last for dramatic effect. From the perspective of someone's facing the incipient's chair head-on, the seating order went from left to right, with the lower-ranking seats progressing in rows of two further away from it. So the left-hand side of the first row, closest to the incipient's chair, was where Uncle Kraus should have sat, since he was the second highest in rank. It looked like he hadn't arrived yet, so that seat was empty. Across from his chair on the right side of the first row sat the eldest daughter of the family, Aunt Ava, who was the third highest in rank. The left-hand side of the second row was for the fourth highest in rank. There sat my damn dad Rudolph, the third of the siblings. Across from him, on the right side of the second row, sat Aunt Rosa, the youngest sibling. At this point, you might expect their husbands and wives to come next. But nope, the left-hand seat in the third row, rank number 6, belonged to Jessica. Opposite her was George Aniki. I sat next to Jessica, and Maria sat across from me. Then finally, next to me on the left-hand side of the fifth row, sat Ann Natsuhi, the 10th highest in rank. Opposite her was Uncle Hideyoshi. And the final seat on the left-hand side sat Kirie-san. The seat opposite to Kirie-san was empty, even though silverware had been set there and everything. According to this ranking system, that spot was where Aunt Rosa's husband should be sitting. Even though he wasn't supposed to be coming, his place was made up. Normally, ranking systems of this sort give spouses equal positions as their partners, but the Ushinomiya family system was unique. Maybe it's a remnant of male chauvinism. If you start with the assumption that a woman's womb is just something to be borrowed, then the children of direct descent would come first, directly followed by the grandchildren. In other words, spouses have no blood ties and are therefore placed at the end of the line. It's terrible, but by this system, my grandmother would be ranked even lower than me if she were still alive. In their youth, they obey their father. After they get married, their husband. After aging, their children. There's the old saying, women have no home in any realm. Long ago, when I was still incapable of figuring all this out, I thought it was so great that we could all chat in our little groups, adult siblings with adult siblings and cousins with cousins. However, now that I can re-examine the seating order after growing up a bit, It stirs up some very complicated feelings in me. Aunt Natsuhi, who was married to the eldest son and was the de facto number 2 in managing this family, sat to my right, which meant that she was 2 steps lower than me in the ranking order. It was hard to imagine what might be going on inside her heart. That's why I made a small apologetic gesture toward her before sitting down.
How nice to see you, Battler-kun. You've grown quite tall, haven't you?
Oh, yeah. 6 long years of eating well, sampling various cuisines, and deriving sustenance from Mother Earth's bountiful gifts. Hard work, but I pulled through.
Growing just like a boy, I see. How tall are you now?
I guess about 180 centimeters. But, Natsuki, that's not where you're supposed to say, heck, sounds like all you did was eat.
Uh-huh. Oh. I'm sorry.
After a short pause, she did laugh with me, but it seemed she couldn't quite figure out what she was supposed to be laughing at. This woman is Aunt Natsuhi. She's the wife of the eldest son of the family, meaning she's my father's older brother's wife.
Okay, a new image. Wow, that's what she looks like anew. Wow, wow.
Huh. I don't like the faces as much, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they're weird. They're, like, even more weirdly angular.
Well, I think it's just mainly they're not as expressive.
That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying.
Because, like, their facial features take up a lot less of their face overall.
Yeah.
So it makes without the, like, more definition put there, they kind of look like their
Yeah.
faces have a lot of empty space on them.
Yeah. Next, you do not have to read Euphoria.
I'm
if you don't
so
want
sorry
to.
for bringing it up, actually. I'm so sorry.
Dude, it's not even that big of a deal
It's
if you
not.
don't, because you
It was a
have the
funny
power to consume whatever media you desire.
It's true. It was a funny
So
joke.
if it does not interest you, do not read.
Yep.
I was just voicing my PTSD.
I mean, like I said, it was funny. Funny joke.
It's not funny to me.
What, bro?
I see her face. I see her face everywhere.
I see her. Is it simpler if I just call her Jessica's mother? It feels bad to say it like this, but while I didn't exactly dislike her, I didn't particularly like her either. She hardly ever spoke with us kids, and all my memories of her involve her talking to the adults about complicated things with a scary look on her face. In fact, since we hardly ever exchanged words, I spent a long time trying to figure out how I should approach her. Well, my efforts seem to have ended in failure. The silverware sat neatly on the table, but the meal itself hadn't been brought in yet. As a general rule, you couldn't start a meal until the person sitting at the head of the table had arrived. So, as long as grandfather didn't come, lunch would be put on hold indefinitely. Not even the appetizers would arrive. Simply put, the silence in this room was caused by our parents enduring their hunger while they waited for grandfather to arrive. However, the grandfather from my memories would always show up on time to meals like this. He's dying, bro.
Yeah, dude.
He's what if he's
He's
actively
gooning.
dying right now? All 3 months to 3 hours, you know?
He's in this
Like,
goon cave.
he's gooning! Dude, he can't break his streak. He was the kind of person who would never be so late that it kept everyone waiting, especially after the entire group had arrived. Grandfather's pretty late. As far as I can remember, he was always strict about time.
Well, that might have been true 6 years ago, but it hasn't been that way lately. In fact, he's off in his own little world so often that he doesn't even show up at family meals. Still, I figured he'd at least calm down a day. Then again, I feel a lot more relaxed and happy without him. Jessica!
When her mother scolded her, Jessica stuck her tongue out and looked away. No way around it. Might as well wait until our host arrives. When I glanced at the clock, I saw that it was almost 12:20.
And then they all died of starvation.
Oh, I had to wait 20 minutes to eat my lunch.
This is where the killing starts. They have to eat each other. Only one can
Real.
survive.
Back to third person.
Who did this guy's voice? Again.
You.
Oh, I did? Okay.
Yeah.
What did I do?
You did old.
You were like, oh, I'm an
you were
old
young.
man. I'm
Yeah.
old as a man.
I
Yes,
loved
hell yes,
Beatrice.
I did that
I
one.
loved Beatrice. I goon over her.
Beatrice,
I
Beatrice, please enter my gooning cave, Beatrice.
gooning and mating.
Please goon with me, Beatrice.
Why won't you go with me?
I'm edge maxing and playing Kaisenat in the goon cave, Beatrice, please.
Ushiromiya Kinzo, the aged family head of the Ushiromiya head family. This man could be seen in his study. The clock had already passed noon, but he didn't even attempt to rise from his seat. With his spectacles on, he built up a growing pile of books with elaborate bindings, which he then read intently. You couldn't really say that he was having too much fun to stop. Rather, he filled his room with a sense of impatience, or perhaps a sense of impending danger, as though every second wasted was a tragedy. In this sealed room was a dense dust.
A dense dust dance. That's it.
In this sealed room, a dense dust danced
Hell
through
yeah.
the air, which was thick with the stench of chemicals that exuded a mix of suspicious odors. Man's cooking meth. Those odors were somehow sweet and heavy. If anyone with a normal nose came in here, the first thing they'd do would be to open a window and ventilate this room.
Damn, he really is gooning. God damn.
The knocking against the study door had been going on for a while. A voice calling "Father" sometimes mingled with the knocks. As Kinzo heaved a deep sigh, he snapped shut the old book in his hands and slammed it on the table. Then he yelled at Kraus, who was still knocking on the door.
Silence! Enough with that racket, you fool! Who told you the door would be opened if you knocked? I'll crucify the imbecile! Do you wish to suffer the same fate?
Okay, who's gonna be Kraus? Who's gonna be Kraus?
Sorry, I was muted. What does it do? What does he look like, dude? Do we
I
know?
can't-
Yeah,
I mean,
I don't know.
I can't. It'll show you after this, I bet.
Okay,
Old-
wait. Can we see him? We need to see him.
Well, I can't.
Father, this is the day of the family conference, which happens only once a year, is it not?
Wow.
It's not good. Placeholder
Gross.
voice because I want to see what he looks like.
Yeah, what does he look like?
Well, it's got
do
that.
we see him?
I guess I don't. I guess not. Anyway.
Oh. Maybe we missed some things.
Well, I was trying
Molest
to
me
get Kraus, but-
not! Just who is this everyone of which you speak? Do you mean the fools trying to drag me out of here? Then kill them all! Tear them apart! Use their bodies for firewood!
Wait, can I
And
find
feed
him?
them into the witch's hearth!
He looks like this.
Put a pot into that hearth to boil the wormwood.
Looks like. He looks like Kevin Spacey, Donald Trump. Oh my god! Ew! He's the
Awesome.
grossest of all of
I'll do him next time he's up.
them. Yeah, he's a sleazebag looking.
So funny.
Force the imbeciles to...
What voice did I do? I can't even remember the voice I did.
You were like, oh, I'm old and I'm angry and I'm an old man who's angry and I'm yelling.
Oh, yeah.
I'm yelling a lot.
Force the imbeciles who dare try to lure me out of... Brother!
I can't.
Yeah, that's what he looks like in the.
Oh my
the newer
God.
art style.
He's like, ah! He's letting the beast out.
Force the imbeciles who dare try to lure me out of here to drink the broth of the apocalypse. I will soak their dregs in liquor. Where is Genji? Call for Genji. Have my demonic absinthe prepared.
What is he babbling about?
The whispering of the green fairy reaches me no longer. Where is Genji? Bring him in here.
What the fuck?
On the other side of the door, Kraus, Nanjo, and Genji kept waiting for the master of the house, who stubbornly refused to come out.
There he is.
Oh my god.
Look at him in the fucking.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Okay, you guys gotta trust me with this. I have a voice.
Okay, I'm
Okay, I
scared.
got you. I believe you.
Looks like he hates me to the core.
My
My voice doesn't reach him anymore.
Kraus shrugged, as though saying it's no use, and smiled bitterly. From the beginning, he hadn't really expected his father to respond to his calls. However, since it was the duty of the eldest son, he had tried as a formality.
I remember me being this. Do we still want me to be this guy? Or do
I
we-
think that's
Yes.
funny.
Okay.
Kinjo-san, your sons, daughters, and grandchildren have come to see you, have they not? Could you just let them see your face, if only for a short while?
Shut up! Be silent! You dare to admonish me, Nanjo? I never told anyone to get you. I told them to get Genji! Now call for him immediately. Time is short, and the apostles are already readying their trumpets. So why can't you foolish sheep understand?
He's sloshed.
You know what? He's just gonna be drunk from now.
He's fucked, bro.
Kenzo slammed an old heavy book against the table, over and over. That racket clearly expressed his great displeasure.
Told little bro we geek hard.
Kenzo put his spectacles down and flew up from his chair. He spread his arms wide open, as if to sing to a packed opera house, as if appealing to someone, and yelled.
Why? Why is there always something in my way? I would throw it all away. I would offer up everything. And there's only one thing I ask in repayment. Oh, Beatrice. If I could see your smile but one more time, I would plunder the smiles of earth and offer them all up to you. Oh, commanders of the legions of locusts, reap the smiles of the earth.
I told you I knew it was about death, bro.
Everything is filthy. Everything is irksome. Why must I suffer this beaten of this most precious of days? Call for Genji.
Oh god, he's dying!
I have no idea what he's He's probably lost his mind by now.
I can't handle it. I can't handle it. Anyway,
Kraus-san, isn't it a bit harsh to say such a thing of your own father?
My father is already dead. There's nothing here but a phantom of what father once was. At any rate, as long as he has no intention of coming out, there's nothing we can do.
Kinzo-san.
Oh wait, no, hold on, I got it.
this is
I'm going back
crazy.
downstairs. It would be a waste to let the fruits of Goda's prized cooking talent get any colder. It's one of the few things our relatives can look forward to when they come to this house.
Oh, yeah, I
Yeah.
forgot.
Kraus spun around.
No! Get Kermit out of here! Get Kermit out of here!
I don't know. I think the Kermit narrator could be entertaining, personally.
He looked at his watch, mumbling, acting as though he had wasted time doing something he knew would be in vain.
Genji-san, father is calling for you. Keep him company.
Certainly.
Dr. Nanjo, let's go eat. If we stay here any longer, this sweet stench will ruin our sense of taste.
Oh wait, that's me.
Yeah.
God, see, Without waiting for Nanjo, Kraus went downstairs. Genji urged Nanjo to go and eat. Nanjo glanced between the study door and Kraus's back as the latter disappeared down the stairs, then let out a deep sigh.
Sorry, Genji-san, but please allow me to leave this in your hands.
Yes, please leave it to me.
Do what you can to avoid giving him alcohol. That's a habit that's far too difficult to break.
Oh, correct.
It's Kinzo.
Is Genji Lordy, yes? Who dares keep Genji from coming? It's Genji. Call for Genji.
Please, allow me to handle the situation here.
Very well. Forgive me.
Nanjo bowed slightly and descended down the stairs. Genji watched him leave, then knocked on the study door.
Master, it is Genji.
Genji, why have you kept me waiting so long? You're alone. I trust.
Correct, I am alone.
Kinzo returned to his seat in the study and pressed an old-fashioned switch on the table.
Secret tunnel.
After a small delay, the heavy sound of the door unlocking could be heard. Kinzo was convinced that his family wanted to make a mess of his study. Or perhaps someone had once opened the window for some air and ended up scattering things that, to him, were important research materials.
Yes, Delulu old man is dying in like 3 weeks, they said.
That was in 3 months.
Or 3 months.
Yeah.
3 somethings.
Important research materials, leaving him in a terrible mood. Kinzo had outfitted his room with a formidable lock, preventing anyone from entering without his permission, and thereby sealing himself in a jail of his own making. Genji, whom he trusted the most, was relatively free to enter the room, but even that didn't always hold. If Kinzo was in a bad mood, even Genji wouldn't be able to enter. Anyone else? Anyone else?
This is why we need Kermit narrator.
Anyone else would be limited to holding a conversation through the door, unable to see Kinzo's face.
And most of the time, what they got could hardly be called conversation.
However, this didn't trouble the rest of the family much. After all, it just wasn't worth the effort to disturb this aging family head, who was impossible to please and always stayed shut away, immersed in his research.
I'm cracking a cold one.
Nice.
Taking advantage of his refusal to leave his room,
Jesus.
they supported his isolation, putting his care entirely into the hands of the servants.
Genji, my usual. I'm busy.
Yes, sir.
Genji headed to the corner of the study.
I'm drinking a monster.
Boasting venomous colors were on display. They were actually liquor, but considering the shady atmosphere of this room, one might easily suspect them of being some ghastly poison. Inside the study, mysterious collections of books gathered by Kinzo had grown into a mountain. They were bizarre, ancient or banned books, all of them either forbidden, cursed, or sealed, or liberal. But if you tried to call them old books, Kinzo would fly into a rage and say,
Call them grimoire.
So real.
There were also many mysterious objects that presumably held some meaning in regards to the black magic, like candles suspiciously melted and molded into strange shapes. The constellations drawn on a certain celestial globe contained quite a few shapes that would draw puzzled looks from many familiar with today's night sky. The carelessly strewn about books contained many illustrations, all of them of a religious or mysterious nature, including some depicting demonically grotesque subjects or bizarre diagrams of various magic circles. And above all, a sweet, poisonous smell filled the room, profoundly assaulting the eyes and nose of those who entered for the first time. Eventually, it must surely make a person go numb and lose their grip on reality. Inside that study, Genji prepared Kinzo's usual drink with a well-trained hand. No one would even think of drinking such an ominous dark green liquid, that complex and ornate glass, unless someone first told them it was alcohol. He poured a little into the glass. Then he placed a cube of sugar in a strangely shaped spoon and poured water from a pitcher over it. Strangely, when the transparent water was poured, the dark green liquid turned a cloudy white. It was a strange optical illusion, as though the water had caused a chemical reaction and made the drink become even more unrecognizable as liquor. Then Genji added original flavors Kinzo loved, fine-tuning its taste. There was no recipe. Its success was measured only by Kinzo's mood swings when he drank it, and it had taken Genji many decades to learn how to do it right. Genji placed the glass on a tray and walked over to Kinzo. By this time, Kinzo was gazing out the window.
Here, master.
Thank you. Kinzo had regained his composure and was now unrecognizable as the shouting, screaming, yelling man from a few moments ago. Looking at this man from behind as he tilted his glass and gazed down at the scenery beyond the window, he projected a sense of dignity and intelligence. To allow Kinzo to set his glass down at any time, Genji motionlessly waited behind Kinzo, and to his left, as though he were a living sideboard. Then, without averting his eyes from the window, Kinzo held out his glass. There was only a mouthful remaining. It was not a gesture intended to set it upon the tray, but a motion to hand the glass over to Genji. Drink, my friend.
Your words are too kind for me.
No need for ceremony between us. Drink, my friend.
Thank you.
Genji respectfully received the glass and inclined it a little to taste its contents. After that, he gulped it down. I attempted to imitate your concoction, but no matter how I try, I cannot replicate the taste. The way you make it is pure relish.
Thank you very much. It is the fruit of your guidance, master.
Kinzo smiled at his loyal subject, who refused to put aside rank even when asked to. However, he was not making fun of him. His smile was relaxed, as though chuckling at a close friend's unshakable habit. We've grown old together. I stopped counting the years long ago.
It is entirely thanks to you, master, that I've been able to live like this until today.
Kinzo gave a faint smile, as if to say he didn't need any flattery. Until now, you have served me exceedingly well. My sons call me eccentric. The servants that were once many have all quit in fear of me. Only you serve me even now.
Your words are more than I deserve.
My life will not last much longer. My sons are vultures, lazily waiting for my inheritance to fall into their hands. Kraus is a fool who squanders money like water, who throws away 2 gold coins to obtain 1. And then he has the gall to claim that he's earned money. Eva is a slave to money who thinks of me as a mere chicken. When I die, she plans to use my bones to make broth. And Dunce Rudolph just wants to fool around with women. Rosa bore the baby of a man who came from nowhere, and about whom we know nothing. Jessica is incompetent and uneducated. George has none of what it takes to be a man.
Battler is a fool who threw away the honor of the Ushiromiya family name, and Maria is an obscene to the eye. Why is the Ushiromiya blood so incompetent? Is there no one worthy to inherit the glory I built? Of course, I know this is a part of Beatrice's curse. I know it. Your golden witch, are you trying to take revenge against me in this way? If you want to hate me, then do so. If you want to run away, then run. I won't let you go. I won't let you go. You belong to me. You must always be in my arms. For all my life. You must stay in my birdcage for all eternity, whispering only to me. Beatrice, why don't you smile back at me? Beatrice!
After howling, Kinzo choked once again. Genji set the tray and glass down and rubbed his master's back. Genji's facial expressions did not change. It's always like this.
Thank you, my friend.
When his seemingly deranged fit subsided, Kinzo regained his composure once again. It was like seeing two different people, a wild Kinzo and a composed Kinzo, living together inside one body.
And so, I've decided. I cannot bear to spend my dimmed remaining years procrastinating like this. If I have one final coin to bet, then I choose to abandon it to the whims of the demon's roulette. The power of magic is always determined by the risk of the gamble. Like visiting a shrine at the hour of the ox in ancient Japan. The ancient Japanese sorcery. To nail a cursed doll to a tree. Magical power is produced specifically because of the risk that will be seen within the 7 days the curse takes. The greater the risk, the stronger the magical power will be. Many miracles have happened. One more time, please. Okay. Many miracles that happened in the myth might be called crystallization of shocking magic power, with the low probability of occurrence, an astronomical risk. That Moses parted the waters of the sea was not a miracle of God. The risk of that desperate situation cornered the soldiers on the Red Sea shores, weighed upon the scales of slaughter, and gave birth to that miraculous magic power. If the same thing occurred again on the same scale, the sea would surely fail to part. After all, Moses was able to magnificently summon a miracle engraved on but all of the countless innumerable results of the roulette of those with power. This is the force that can triumph over the astronomical odds. Indeed, good fortune that can grasp miracles is a magical power itself. To obtain this mighty power, one must shut up. One must face the risk of despair.
Were those the voices?
My phone went off.
Those who possess no magical power may call that desperation rather than a bet. However, people who truly do possess magical power can grasp hold of that miracle and make the enigma come into being. And if that power exists within me, I'll seize that miracle. I'll have a chance at making the wish I devoted my life towards come true.
Kinzo looked upon the sky outside the window. He spread his arms as if appealing to someone up in the skies.
If only I were capable of grasping that miracle. Oh, Beatrice, Beatrice, show me your lovely smile once more. No matter how much time passes, your face does not vanish. I just want to see your smile. That is all. I'll return everything you have granted me. I'll return all the glory I've gained since that day. I don't need fortune, prestige, or gold. I'll return everything you gave me. I just want to see your smile. I beg you, Beatrice.
I love Shane. Goddamn. You're killing it.
His nonsensical yells became a scream,
Oh.
then a wail. Kenzo slumped onto the floor, tearing at it with both hands. Genji had no choice but to wordlessly watch over his master's laminations.
That was epic, Shane. You're epic.
Real
Shane's,
shit.
You're so. Oh.
Real G shit. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the family head's health is not at its best.
Hold on. I'm gonna do a little. Wait, that wasn't a question. Oh shit. Anyway, check out Shane. Wow, he's cool.
True.
And also check out.
Thank you. I'm gonna have a cheese it real quick here. Just
You
in case.
deserve
I
it.
deserve it.
You deserve it.
I might grab a couple, but it's okay.
W. You seemed extremely sad not to be able to share lunch with you all, now that you've gathered here for this event that occurs but once a year. Goda, let the lunch begin.
Oh fuck! Hold
Oh
on.
shit!
It's okay.
He
was eating the lunch.
He was eating the lunch.
He was eating
Holy
the lunch.
shit.
Certainly. I shall begin today's luncheon.
Dr. Nanjo, is father's condition really that bad? Couldn't he have at least let us see his face? It's more a problem of mood than a physical condition, and for that there is no medicine I can prescribe.
Hey, we talking about his? Why did I go fucking? Okay. Hey, we talking about his mood again? You've got to be kidding me. We took time out of our schedules during this damn busy autumn season just to come out and find out how he's doing. And now he's...
Then you should be happy, Rudolph. You know how he's doing. Or what? Would you rather take my place and try to persuade our ill-humored father to come join us?
Are you kidding?
I think it's.
Is it back to Battler POV now?
I mean, it doesn't say Dad. It says Rudolph. So, I mean, if Shane wants to take a break, I mean.
Oh, sorry, I got a page on my feet.
Here, I could read third person POV.
Rudolph looks like anime Clay Puppington. Thank you.
I'll read POV so you can nom Shane.
No, I got it.
You got it? Okay.
Got it.
Apparently, though Rudolph was willing to be indignant and at how self-centered his father was, he wasn't particularly disappointed to be spared a face-to-face meeting.
Does it seem like his mood will improve before dinner, Krasny-san?
I have no idea. If you want to know that, you should ask him directly. Although I think his mood will improve faster if we don't bother him.
Kenji-san's the only one who can get grandfather out of a funk. It's pretty pathetic, though, making the servants deal with your own parents' bad mood.
Jessica, don't speak out of turn.
She'd planned for her
Oh.
She planned for her compliment to only be heard by her cousins, but it had reached even Cross's ears. Scolded, Jessica scowled and turned away sulking.
If he's as cranky as they make him sound, he can't be that terribly sick, right? I mean, they're saying he's in a bad mood, not that he's got no energy, which at least proves he's got his wits about him.
It's because grandfather has especially strong willpower. However, that doesn't necessarily mean his body will be able to keep up. Since last year, they keep saying that he has 3 months left. If the initial diagnosis was correct, grandfather has been prolonging his life by willpower alone. It's right for us to worry about him.
Okay, now is it Battler?
No. The lunch had started with the family's head seat still empty. The man who should be sitting there had already grown old, and the brilliant glory in which he had rebuilt the Ushiromiya family in the span of a single lifetime was being forgotten. Even though they were... God, what is wrong with me? Even though they were beginning the meal with that seat still empty, no one felt it was that odd anymore.
Glass time change. Ooh. Hooray, it's now 1:30 o'clock.
Let's do the time warp again.
Real.
The Ushiromiya family conference was held once every year on the first weekend of October. A normal family were able to hold a so-called family conference. You'd expect to be nothing more than a reunion of rarely seen relatives who greet seeing each other around buckets of sushi or something. However, part of the family's great fortune had been lent out to grandfather's children,
wait,
and no one in this family...
It's Battler!
Fuck!
Oh my god, dude. And no one in his family was considered an adult until they had met with success in business. So this meeting literally was a conference. How much of the fortune was invested? What sort of business was conducted? How much profit was earned? As a result, how much of the fortune borrowed from the main family could be repaid? Or possibly, how much more would be borrowed for future business ventures? What lessons had they learned, and what could they learn from their mistakes? It seems that topics like these were discussed very seriously in the past. My dad said it was like lying on a bed of nails. Apparently, it used to be a very serious family meeting, where people were bathed in scornful and angry voices, and some people even got slapped despite their age. However, that had become a thing of the past. Now, with everyone pursuing their own business ventures and achieving success, it was becoming more of a normal yearly get-together. Even so, telling grandfather about recent events was extremely stressful. So while it was nothing more than a simple get-together for us grandchildren, it was still a real stomachache for our parents. The absence of the man who was the source of all this trouble, regardless of the reason, probably made today's lunch taste much more delicious. The phrase, "while the demon is not around, everyone can relax," comes to mind. Anyway, let's introduce Jessica's father, whose face I haven't seen for 6 years. The man sitting to my father's left is his older brother and Jessica's father, Uncle his name sure is easy to read. Kraus. Now that we've gotten used to this string of weird names, our perspective is totally skewed, so Kraus doesn't actually seem that bad. It even starts to sound kind of cool. Just like with Aunt Natsuhi, I didn't have many memories of speaking with Uncle Kraus. He had never been one to chat to children, and I felt like he was always talking with the adults, just like Aunt Natsuhi. According to my father's gossip, he was a spiteful and violent man. If what he said is true, Uncle Kraus used to be very domineering from his position as the oldest sibling, and was despised by all the other siblings.
Sorry, thanks, Nix. Go to sleep. Oh God.
Boy.
Thanks for joining.
P.S.
Piss?
Though, despite that, those siblings all seem to be chatting happily together.
Look at these fucking DreamWorks villains.
Yeah, true.
Really? It's true.
Oh well, even if their relationship was bad when they were children, sometimes when people grow up and live apart from each other, their relationships change. That's probably what this was. After all, they all had children of about the same age. By sharing the same family environment, they probably profited by exchanging opinions. Maybe because of that, a short while ago, the circle of parents began to discuss the exams Jessica and I would be taking. Jessica, in order to escape questions about exams from my father on her left, purposefully faced right while firing off a rapid series of comments, not giving him any chance to get a word in. Moving on, let's look at the end opposite from Kraus and the others. In the very last seat at the table, an old gentleman with a sturdy physique sat facing Kyrie-san. This is my first time meeting him. I'd only just been introduced to him, but it seems he's grandfather's personal doctor, a man called Nanjo. I heard he used to own a huge clinic on the nearby island of Nijima, but he turned it over to his son and began living a life of leisure in his old age. He had known grandfather since the very beginning, when the mansion was first constructed on this island, and built up relationships over several decades. I thought at first that the two of them might have gotten to know each other through grandfather's suspicious hobbies, but it seems he was actually grandfather's chess partner. I see. That kind of hobby seems very like our grandfather, but with his love of all things Western. Nanjo's probably the only person who could enter Rokkenjima despite being neither a family member nor a servant. He looks like a calm old gentleman as he listened to the discussion between Kyrie and the other woman who sat near to him. Considering how long he stayed by the side of our short-tempered grandfather, his generous heart was probably nothing to laugh at. Still, even if he was a family doctor, having anyone outside the Ushinomiya family attend the family conference was a little odd. It made me think that grandfather's condition might have worsened so much it'd be a major topic of discussion at today's conference. After all, George said something like that just a second ago. Something about how we've been getting continuous reports since around last year that grandfather didn't have long to live. It's nasty to think about it, but consider how rich grandfather is. At the time of his death, his wealth will suddenly be released, probably along with a fair share of our parents' stomach acid, and it'll lead to ulcers for everyone. After all, this sort of thing just gets messier when there's more wealth to be divided. There's a good chance they'll be talking about stuff like that at the family conference. Still, it's not like it's got anything to do with us kids. Finally, even though he hasn't shown up, let me introduce our grandfather. The person who should be sitting in that incipience chair is Ushinomiya Kinzo. It really sucks. Everyone else in the family has these weird names, but he's got this perfectly normal one himself. If only his name were written Kinzo, but he let us call him Goldsmith or something. I'd totally freak out. As you can probably guess by now, he's a frightening person with an extremely short temper. I'm one of his grandchildren, not a son, and I haven't seen him since elementary school. Thanks to that, I have no memory of being beaten myself, but our parents were apparently raised with an iron fist. That earlier conversation between my dad and Uncle Kraus about who should go convince grandfather to come down seems pretty darn funny once you know their background. Ugh.
Yeah?
You were beaten.
Water.
What? Drink water.
I can also tell my voice is taking a hit a little bit.
Uh-oh.
How do you think I feel?
Well, shit, do you want me to? I mean, I could sub in at any time.
No, I gotta shut up.
Okay. That's epic.
I'm a man.
Stretching.
I may be queer, but I am a boy.
I am a boy. That's my Kermit impression.
I just probably don't want to go for more than like another hour.
I mean, that's chill. Uh-huh.
Well,
Hold on.
Okay.
Bing bang boom bang.
I'm trying to get my wings right now, bro.
Bing bang boom bang bang. Bing. There's a boom bang bing bang bong. Bing bam 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 bam. Bing bang boom bang bing bang bong.
No, Adam, I don't have actual like wings with me. I'm talking about drinking Red Bull. 'Cause Red Bull gives you wings, you know.
Boom bang bing bang bong.
I hate whatever is going on with you two right now, by the way.
I'm trying to fill the void in since there's no
Same.
music going on.
You could have a, conversation.
What do you think that was?
That was us speaking.
You know?
Music is conversation. All right? Any
Okay.
conversation is music. Music is conversation. Music is language.
Okay.
Language is talking. Talking is making noise with your mouth.
Making noise with your mouth is sound. And sound,
Sound is
is
Sound
music.
is putting rods in
Oh.
my. Oh, okay.
Oh. Okay.
Oh.
You can't really tell grandfather's story without covering that pivotal event before the Showa era. Until the Meiji and Taisho 1912 to 1926 eras, the Ushinomiya family was great and prosperous. They owned several spinning mills, making them rich enough to just double over laughing every day as the money kept rolling in. Incidentally, grandfather was a member of a branch family and had pretty much nothing to do with the main family. Not only was he way down to the list of people who could inherit the headship, but he had hardly any contact with the glamorous main family.
Oh. Red.
Excuse me. However, during the Great Kanto earthquake in the year Taisho 12, 1928, the mansion owned by the Ushinomiya family in Odawara was flattened. The spinning mills in Tokyo were all burned down in a huge fire, and the Ushinomiya family lost most of its wealth and family members in an instant. So once they started trying to figure out who the successor to the Ushinomiya family should be, they apparently found no one remaining except Kinzo and his branch family. In Kinzo's later reminiscences, he referred to this as good fortune so great that it overturned fate. With that, grandfather's boring everyday life did a 180. He was entrusted with reviving the dying Ushinomiya family, which had lost nearly all of its wealth. However, just because he had been entrusted with this task didn't mean he could accomplish it. Apparently, those around him weren't really expecting much. However, this is when grandfather began displaying his extraordinary talent and good luck. Grandfather used all of the family's remaining wealth, as well as everything from the hair on his head to his toenails, as collateral in order to borrow a massive amount of money. Once he built up a gigantic war chest, he immediately invested in businesses. It was like someone tumbling down a hill on a bike without any brakes, and then jumping onto a neighboring bike, and then another one. Just like some crazy street performance. I'll bet everyone thought grandfather had no business ability whatsoever. However, after several miracles and turns of good luck, with coincidences piling up and every chance taken advantage of, he was suddenly in control of powerful connections with the occupying forces. At that time, MacArthur and the GHQ were the ultimate authority in Japan. Grandfather, in a twinkle of an eye, began succeeding in business under the protection of the occupying forces, quickly becoming very rich.
So he's one of the fuckers who sold himself out to the US for... Okay.
Yeah, but like the Japan version, I guess.
Well, that's what they're saying, the occupying forces, right? They said, like, this is post-war?
This was in 1923. I think that's what it said.
Oh, that is like...
Oh, so this is just after... Okay, because, yeah, MacArthur forces them to drop the closure. There's a word for it, but I can't remember what it's
called. The ceasefire?
No, it's the name of the isolation that Japan imposed upon itself.
Yeah, I forget what it was called.
The only people it didn't apply to were the Dutch.
By this point, it's probably safe to say that information, not luck, saved the day. He must have made some seriously deep connections with the occupying forces. Grandfather knew beforehand about emergency demands that would be made for the Korean War. No, it was more than that. He must have predicted those emergency demands from the very beginning, when he started investing his money. The history books make it sound like all of Japan made a large profit off of the emergency demands during the Korean War, but that isn't exactly true. Only a very limited number of the super rich played the money game and made an easy profit. Most of the citizens remained poor. In other words, grandfather was a member of this extremely lucky group of winners. I'm pretty sure this all happened during the year Showa 25, 1950, or so. The Great Kanto earthquake happened in Taisho 13, 1924. So, that means grandfather was able to revive the near-dead Ushinomiya family in only about 20 years to a level even higher than it had ever been before. With that, you'd think he'd revive the main family in Odawara. But for some reason, he went and did something as crazy as buying an entire small island in the Izu archipelago. Buying an entire island is not something that you can do ordinarily today. However, grandfather was clever. He contacted the GHQ and applied for the establishment of a marine resource base. He acquired this island as a business property, then tossed that project aside and claimed it as his own plot of land. After the war, there were prevention measures against food shortages, and having the sponsorship of the GHQ meant that nobody could oppose it. From what I've heard, the Tokyo metropolis of that day offered this land to him practically for free. Later, Tokyo made difficulties by telling Kinzo to return the land, but the pushy GHQ intervened. Anyway, it seems under-the-table bribes did their work well. In the end, the city gave up in frustration. Grandfather, with considerable skill and luck, managed to weather the stormy seas of that period, obtaining a vast fortune in his own island. Of course, it probably wasn't all luck. He was obsessed with all things Western, which helped him cultivate his English skills. He was able to use this to his advantage and sink his teeth into the GHQ. A mansion was built on the island soon after. This mansion, in fact. Ugh. Water. Bro, I feel like I can't breathe.
Bro, get some tissues.
Dude, I told you it's not like a booger thing. It's just like
Sinuses.
Yeah, I'm congested. Grandfather, with his love of the Western style, made this once uninhabited island a canvas upon which he could realize his dreams to his heart's content. He now had the Western mansion of his dreams, overflowing with emotion and atmosphere, and a beautiful garden featuring all sorts of roses. And he had a private beach where nobody other than himself would ever be permitted to leave a footprint. This would be a dream come true for any boy. After that, he made good use of his huge fortune, becoming a large stockholder in the extremely stable iron and steel industry, and was able to live an easy and comfortable life just using the dividends. Well, he's just that incredible. This kind of person usually has the ability to foresee and predict the future, or at least that's how they're portrayed after the fact. But Grandfather denies all of that, repeatedly saying that he was simply blessed with extraordinary luck. Anyway, even a lord like that can't help but grow increasingly eccentric when locked up alone on an island where all his dreams are made real. Everyone knows that he's had a Western obsession from the start, but none of our parents really know when his bizarre black magic hobby began. Did his love of black magic begin way back when he became fascinated with everything Western, or did his miraculous stretch of good luck while reviving his family cause him to feel a mysterious power in himself? At some point, Grandfather began to make the research of black magic his life's work. He filled his study up with suspicious books, chemicals, and magical items as he became increasingly bizarre. From what I've heard, those around him warmly watched over him, figuring that someone who had achieved success in life had a right to do as he pleased, but there's no way that's true. They were probably just creeped out, thinking, that's disgusting, I don't want to get involved. Anyway, that agitated period was an age of big gambles, with both opportunities and risks. Let's say Grandfather was born in this time period. He would have had no opportunities and would probably have advanced like a chess piece from mandatory education to college at a leisurely pace, never becoming more than an average salaryman. If that happened, he'd probably have sat somewhere, happily talking behind his boss's back. No, not in a fancy dining hall like this, more like at some table in a bar. Then again, I'll bet this family conference would be a whole lot more relaxing if that were the case.
Thanks, Battler.
Okay, that's enough about the old geezer. More importantly, let's talk about this incredible lunch! I'm already convinced by that sashimi salad appetizer. Guna sounds an excellent chef. Plus, these fish were caught in the adjacent seas, weren't they? They're totally different from the sashimi you get at the supermarket.
Hey, quit it, Battler. Your upbringing will be exposed.
Everyone let out a big laugh. Damn it, you say that even though you love those cheap pubs.
I've eaten at many. I've eaten at many unusual places because of work, but this stands right up there with the best of them. Be willing to bet Goda-san used to be pretty well known in those circles.
Well, I don't know the details, but stuff got complicated at the long-standing hotel he used to work at. Well, with him opening a new establishment with the same name and breaking into factions or whatever it was. In the middle of all that, he was apparently forced to retire. At that time, Mom just happened to be sending out job offers for her servant.
As Goda removed the empty plates, he began to recount his own bumpy past without losing his smile.
The world is a difficult place. However, thanks to the madam, I was given a chance to display my skills as a chef once again. This time for the Shiromir family, although I enjoy experiencing the smiles of a large number of people, I also find it quite entertaining to perform the more delicate work that can please the limited number of people of those who employ me. All this is thanks to the opportunity given to me by the madam.
Goda-san respectfully bowed his head towards Aunt Natsuhi.
That's because you were the most talented of the applicants. The decision was purely objective, not based on personal feelings. So there is no need to thank me.
Well, that's mean. Hey, why does Aunt Natsuhi have to always sound so indifferent? If only she spoke with a bit more kindness, she might leave a different impression. Shannon-chan and Kumasawa-san entered from the hallway with a serving cart.
Please excuse us.
Now then, let's move on to today's dessert.
Goda-san and the others laid the beautifully adorned dessert out in front of us all. I guess it's true when they say you have another stomach for dessert. I thought I'd already be filled up by delicious food. But as soon as I laid eyes on that dessert, my stomach started yelling more.
Oh, shit!
Oh.
I'm sorry. We'll never know.
Something about a white pudding-like substance was garnished with 2 shades of red sauce. And elegant rose petals adorned the dish. Normally, during a high-class meal like this, you're supposed to wait for the chef to extol the virtues of this particular meal before eating. However, Maria was completely indifferent to strict rules like that, so she got excited by this beautiful and delicious-looking dessert, jumping into the fray as soon as it was placed before her. And Rosa scolded her, calling it bad manners, but George responded by saying, now, it's okay.
This part's sour! This part's sour! Natalie, this one's no good!
Maria exclaimed as she sampled the 2 colored sauces. What, some are good and some are bad? Okay, I'll give it a go. Apparently, one sauce was sweet and the other was sour. Despite it being bad manners, I also stuck my little finger in and licked it. Okay,
My little finger.
My little fingy, my little battle
And I worked it.
Baby widow fingy.
my widow baby battle fingy. I'm sticking it in there.
Also, did either of you check the chat in
Yes.
Discord to see?
Yes.
No, wait, what are you talking about?
I just got a good screenshot.
In the
earlier.
in the voice chat.
The voice chat, text chat.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm gonna look now though. Fucking on the plane.
Suck it on the plane.
I was like, I got the
like
got the
that. That's
pivot.
good.
It is good.
Whoa, one of the sauces was sour enough to make you pucker up. If it were yellow, I'd have suspected lemon, but I couldn't guess what kind of sourness would be red. I decided to ask Shannon, who was putting away the serving cart behind us. Shannon-chan, what kind of sauce is this sour stuff?
Leave the girl alone.
He doesn't know.
Shannon-chan hesitated. Maybe her job was just to set the table, so she doesn't really know. Still, even considering that, she seems pretty stressed. Maybe I shouldn't have asked. Or did they use some ingredient that we'd be better off not knowing about? True, people don't want to know that gummy bears are made from gelatin, you know?
Clue.
While Aunt Natsuhi made a gesture that seemed to indicate an oncoming headache, Kumasawa-san, who was setting the table at the opposite seat, began to chuckle.
What do you think we made it out of? It'll shock you.
Huh? I don't have a clue. Wait a sec, Kumasawa-san, that laugh's pretty creepy. So what is it?
Don't tell anyone, okay? Listen very carefully.
My menstruation.
Oh God.
Kumasawa-san leaned across from the other side of the table.
Dude, she's like, what? She's like, her period's long gone.
Womp womp.
It's Jessica's.
I leaned forward myself when she
Oh
asked.
God.
Their interest caught. Jessica, George, Aniki, and of course Maria also put their ears closer.
What? What? Quickly! Quickly! You see, the sour part is made from juice squeezed from a mackerel. Oh, mackerel!
Oh my
shit, holy
God!
Fuck!
That's crazy, we all thought, horrified. Only Maria accepted it, nodding saggily.
Sagely.
No, sagely. Saggily? Really?
Saggly.
I can't.
Saggly? Really?
Everything
that's
she
what I'm
does is saggly.
Saggily.
Mackerels are sour. This is what comes out when you squeeze them.
Macro juice.
That's him laughing.
Okay, bro.
That's gross.
Okay, hold on. I gotta go pee. I have to go to the bathroom.
Okay.
Let's end the stream soon as we get to a stopping point.
Gushy, gushy.
He like that juicy. He eat that lunch.
He ate at lunch.
The natural beauty.
Booty.
I thought the natural booty.
Booty. Yeah.
Okay.
Hey.
When Maria started clamoring that mackerel was sour, the adults were unable to contain their laughter. Only Aunt Rosa, her face red, whispered to Maria that mackerel is sour only once prepared as shime saba. Whatever that is. Ah, now I totally remember. Kumasawa-san was always like this, wasn't she? I think I remember her tricking me too in all sorts of ways when I was young. The most lethal has gotta be that one. Those flimsy black things in Chinese dishes. They're kikarage mushrooms. She told me they were penguin meat, and I went all around school like a smartass telling everyone, didn't I? Kumasawa Bachan, you sure haven't changed. You know Maria's gonna believe it now, right?
It's just a joke. Nakoto-san's going to tell us what the sauce really is, won't he?
Goda looked a little bit put off about his masterpiece being laughed at for such a bizarre reason. But after clearing his throat once, he introduced the dessert to us.
Well then, allow me to introduce our dessert. After seeing how much you enjoyed the rose garden earlier today, I finished this panna cotta in a rose garden style. The rose petals scattered across were selected just now from that very rose garden. The sauce is a combination of 2 reds, strawberry, and rose hips. Please enjoy this mixture of the strawberry sweetness and the rose hip sourness.
And red
Furthermore-
40.
Red 40.
And red 40.
I prefer yellow number 5. That's the good cancer. The roses petals are merely decorative, so please avoid them while you eat. With that said, please enjoy.
Whoa, man, I almost went to applaud before eating. Just like with medicine, reading the detailed description first seems to make it work a whole lot better. As Goda-san elaborated on the details of this dessert, it started to feel even more appetizing. Seriously, should you call him subtle or just talented? The dessert was probably planned from the beginning, but taking the hint when we all stopped in front of the rose garden earlier today, he displayed an incredible and timely awareness by just adding a few rose petals from that garden. This combination of sweet and sour was also exquisite. If it was just sweet, you just get used to it and bored halfway through. But if you reach the sour sauce at that point, you'd get a really vivid taste. And then, once you return to the sweet sauce, all of the sourness in your mouth would be replaced with an enjoyable sweetness. I'm sure everyone else felt the same way. Every time Goda-san passed by one of our seats, someone praised the taste in his presentation.
How is it, madam?
Splendid, as always. It is worthy of entertaining our guests.
I am most grateful for your words. Madam, did you know I have heard that the rose hip has the ability to cure headaches? I thought that you, in particular, would appreciate it, so I had it especially prepared.
Is that so? Thank you.
Rose hips are a type
See?
of berry, by the way.
Oh, didn't I tell you, Natsuhine-san? Rose hip is great for headaches. So it seems. I do hope it actually helps.
Ha! Goda-san, I love you. Hey, later on, why don't you tell me how they're treating you? Or if you can't, just let me know what sort of salary you'd like. Having your talent confined to this small island is sacrilege to humanity's cooking culture. What'd you think about working your craft for my company and delighting all our customers?
Hideyoshi-san, are you trying to steal away our Goda? No, that won't do at all. We'd better start treating Goda better, or he'll get snatched up.
Yes, you really should. If you don't, someone's gonna grab him, and you'll be stuck with 3 meals of Kumasawa-style mackerel cooking a day, won't you?
Oh, that's harsh. It seems someone's holding a grudge against me.
Everyone let out a huge laugh. According to Jessica, Kumasawa-san's mackerel jokes were a running gag that our parents had long since gotten used to. Kumasawa-san often claimed that mackerels had precious nutritional value, which could slow aging, make people smarter, and more. Supposedly, while it couldn't stop the outward signs of aging, it helped prevent it on the inside. Since she was still spirited enough to tell these kinds of jokes at her age, there must be something to that theory.
In that case, if you'll excuse me, prepare yourself for tonight's dinner. I'll be cooking plenty of mackerel dishes for you all, so you better look forward to it.
We sure will. Can't wait to get all puckered up from tonight's
Shimisaba.
Shimasaba.
Giant
Sounds
saber.
wonderful. I wonder if they'll be serving any good I wonder if they'll be serving any good Japanese sake. Oh, we certainly will. Haven't you heard of Okanjima's famous mackerel sochu? This is so fucking funny.
Kumasawa-san, together with Shannon-chan, bowed and pushed the serving cart away. It was pretty funny to watch Goda-san, who looked like his show had totally been stolen, explain in a serious voice that we would be having calf steak for dinner.
Kumasawa-san, thanks for doing that back there.
As she pushed the serving cart, Shannon bowed her head very deeply.
Or is it back to POV?
Is it? Oh, it might be, because Battler's out of the scene, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, while there's time, I'm gonna use the bathroom now.
Oh. Damn. Alright. I haven't done anything that requires thanks.
Oh yeah. Ooh, sorry.
Eh.
Kumasawa may have played dumb, but she had obviously understood and saved Shannon in the nick of time. Back when Battler had asked about dessert, Shannon had unfortunately hesitated. There may have been several ways to dodge the question, but all of them would have required some quick wits. Shannon, who hesitated when hard-pressed for a response, was always shut up, suffering because of this small weakness. Oh, sorry, I may have ordered Uber Eats, so checking.
That's epic.
I'm sorry. Okay. Like Goda, her life would have been a bit easier. The fact that she could perform other tasks flawlessly made this weakness even more unfortunate. However, there were some who understood Shannon's honest nature, her inability to gloss over a mistake and draw attention away from it. That was why Kumasawa had smoothly come to her rescue.
I just heard from Yanji-san that there'll be a change in the afternoon shifts. I believe you're given a break until this evening. I'm jealous. Huh? Oh, sorry. I haven't checked the shift chart yet. Ah, yes. I was thinking I might start cooking some mackerel in the oven. If you don't mind, I would be happy if you would help out a bit before your break. Yes, I would be delighted to help.
To Shannon, Kumasawa was like a mother among us.
Was like a shower among us. Well, damn, and he's gone. So. Oh, look at all these guys. Look at all these guys.
Have we met everybody yet?
We've met everybody on here. That's what Jessica looks like, full body. And then the good, and then the goodness.
Okay, so everyone does have hands like that. Okay.
Yeah, and everyone also has that cute little insignia.
Yeah, the family tramp stamp.
Yep, literally for Jessica. I mean, like, it's literally on her body. I really like Maria's outfit. I'm so it's so cute. Here, hold on. Where's the fucking wait?
Switch to Japanese.
Don't picture. Don't everyone done. They
Everyone
really
gave
fucking
it the-
beachified George.
Yeah, they really did.
They fucking Najo. We have entered a newer scene, so
Oh, okay. Are we ending?
I was going to ask the question. Oh, there's Shannon, new Shannon,
That's cute.
and Cannon.
Was he
Alright.
holding an invisible parrot?
Yeah.
He's like, oh, karate chop.
Karate chop action.
Yeah.
They literally got the family tree too. That's crazy.
Yeah, dude. Gotta keep you
I
in the
gave
loop.
birth to all these children.
I killed Paul
I gave birth.
I never had a wife. They came out of mine. I have a cloaca, you see.
Oh, God.
It's part of the magic, the dark magic I do.
The magical cloaca.
The
My magical cloaca.
Oh god. Wow.
Yeah.
See, like whenever I hit exit, it's always a broken glass and not sold.
Oh, and then you go to the title screen and it's like the door's closing.
Yeah, and then look at the game closing too.
Wow.
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 It's epic.
Wow.
That's pretty cool.
Guys, thank you so much for joining us. Ah,
Thank
this
you
was
for watching.
fun.
Yes.
Yes. Adam, I love you. Guys, I hope you have a good night. Get some good EPs.
Enter in
Yes,
code
everyone
RC for 50%
What?
off your next meal with HelloFresh.
Okay. All right.
Thank you. HelloFresh,
Okay,
sponsor of this
thank you.
stream.
Totally sponsored. Not sponsored.
And what's the thank you Factor for sending us shit in a box.
Thank you.
Okay. All
That's
right.
what it is.
I'm
It's
never getting
fucking
sponsored by
microwave dinners,
HelloFresh.
all right? Don't fall for that
I'm
scam.
not-
It's fucking microwave dinners. Just
It
go
is.
to the fucking
Have a good
grocery
night,
store and get
everybody.
yourself like a